Really?
Yeah.
1, 2.
Okay.
Why is there only 3? Oh, that's right. Nobody's talking.
But you'll
over
still
there
get
yet,
our talking over it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
I love that shirt. It fits you well.
Which,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's rather
birds
tied
aren't
around the
real.
middle.
And they live in Wyoming, which is also not real.
I feel like we've talked about them on occasion on the
Yep.
show.
Did someone record that music? Or is that just like stock?
That's
It's
actually
stock music.
Is it?
Yeah.
The outro song that we have is in house.
We need to record one, man.
Okay,
That'd be fun.
I have guitar amp, I have bass,
Dude.
drums,
Slap it a
I
bass.
have everything we need in here.
Slap at the best.
Whole
I'll
shitload of
sing.
microphones.
I'll sing and play the
Yeah,
ukulele.
Doc will sing.
I mean, you've told me time after time that you're going to come in here and jam with me, and in the
Yeah, I know.
14 years of knowing you,
What is that?
never once.
Why?
never
Yeah,
once.
really.
Never once.
What do you play? Anything?
Yeah, keys.
Piano.
Really?
No.
Yeah,
Do you play guitar, though?
and violin.
Yeah, that's what
or
you say.
fiddle.
You
Yeah.
do you feel like you have overpassed on one or the other? Are you still
No,
majority
I just-
piano, or do you feel like?
I got to about 60% on both.
Oh, okay.
So, it's like, yeah, I there was some like level of mediocrity I couldn't surpass
You
on
mean
either one.
60% of your own skills, or just
Yeah, it's like
okay?
compared to most, it's just like
Yeah,
good enough to call myself a pianist. Penis.
pianist.
Penis.
Pianist.
You're the best penis I know.
But that's really just about it.
How many do you know?
Just one.
They're a
was gonna
strange
say.
crowd too. That's
The locker room-
one.
Yeah, the
so
locker
yeah,
room
I
didn't
call
count.
myself a violinist also, but I just got good enough to say that.
Can you really
And
play the
that's it.
fiddle? The fiddle or the
Yeah.
violin?
I
mean, I know it's the same thing.
It's the same thing,
but different
right?
music. Yeah.
Is it?
I can't play the fiddle. I
they
I
really
play
are.
the violin. I read music.
No shit.
Like fiddlers, a good fiddler, the music's in their bones.
It's all in it. Well, they
Yeah.
play, that's the way I grew up. My grandpa every night playing the fiddle. So I grew
Oh
up.
yeah,
So you know the Solomon family, Vernon Solomon, Norman Solomon.
no.
Well, they were Texas Grandmaster champions.
There was like big time like bluegrass folk.
Correct. Yeah. So Ricky
Yeah.
Solomon was Vernon's son who played for Reba.
It does sound kind of familiar.
Yeah.
now. yeah.
The art center at Northwest is named after Vernon, and he was just one of those played in their bones through their
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's not me.
really.
People that can do
Yeah.
it by heart. I can't read any type of music whatsoever.
Well, that's me too.
Yeah, I
Play-
just
play by ear or
Yeah.
tab.
yeah, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I tried to learn tabs. I couldn't learn that either.
Oh no
It's just-
shit.
Yeah, it just doesn't translate. I can play it, pick it up the beat or whatever it is with drums and replicate it.
Oh, like drum music and
Yeah.
drum? No, no.
Reading drum charts.
Who would do that?
That's tough.
Yeah, dude.
It's tough. Now regular music when you have just notes that you've got to hit, that's different. But drum charts and drum notes, it's
Yeah.
tough.
Yeah.
That's tough. So, welcome back to the show.
Yeah.
Number
We got a
60
special treat for you guys.
A really special treat. Chad Miller, owner and operator of The Chief and fierce political opponent,
Yeah.
joining us tonight. So who knows?
No longer though.
Not yet. I mean, maybe again.
You never know. No, that's not.
I mean, your name's out there.
Moved
so-
on.
Yeah.
I'm moving on, Jen. Yeah,
There's,
I've moved
there's
on.
other offices to go after, surely.
Yeah. Well, the thing with the county judge is that at least with that was a full time position.
Yeah.
Right. And so if that would have happened, then that's your job. Well, the other ones, yeah, there's other things you could do that you can still do your day job.
Yeah.
But
So I'm just going
Okay.
to go out on a
Not
limb
right
and
now.
say something.
yes.
Okay.
I love you,
I love you too, brother.
but I am glad you lost, bro. Because
That's hardcore, man.
No. I have a reason too.
because we probably wouldn't have the Chief if you won.
Amen, my friend.
I was gonna say
Oh,
that.
that's valid.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
shirt would not exist.
It would not.
Man,
would
what is
not.
going on in this neck of the woods? Suddenly we have we used to have no cigar bars,
Yeah.
and overnight there's two.
I know.
Yeah, interesting timing, wasn't it?
I'm glad to hear like cigar
Yeah.
smoking is still in demand because we all grew up with. I used to hide backwood blacks, that came in the pipe tobacco pouch
yeah.
and the old
Oh, yeah.
chewing tobacco pouch. My buddy and his aunt she'd go get those for us because we were like 14 at the time, and we'd take them and we'd go hide them down in the creek. and that's where we go smoke.
Yeah.
Be careful about. Y'all remember growing up, all the things that were hidden down by the creek.
Oh yeah, everything down there.
The internet was the internet was down by the creek.
Oh, for
You know what
sure.
I'm saying?
I mean, bodies, like
Magazines of
Magazines.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the
magazines of bodies. Yeah.
We had to find out the hard way that magazines don't do well hidden underground.
No, they don't. They
no.
don't.
No.
But
The
wait,
cigars, dude, the cigars stay nice and moist. It's like perfect.
that's true.
But
homemade humidor?
years later, my dad was like, "You dumbass! I could smell you every time you came back to the house." Like, oh, why didn't you say anything? He's like, "Because I knew that where the fuck you were and what you were doing."
Dude, when we were kids, we were so desperate to smoke or to something. I literally remember this. Me and Chad Mock, we went and got the Sunday paper, Hagar the Horrible, and rolled up leaves. Just dead ass leaves.
Just the,
And we're up there.
We're so cool, man.
Yeah.
Did you ever smoke grapevine?
Yes.
Like the
Of
Wild
course you
Mustang
do.
grapevine.
Yes.
That's like a rite of passage.
Because you're going to get high, right? We're going to get high, man.
Yeah.
No.
on Grapevine.
Yeah.
I remember
stupid.
asking my parents. My dad was like, "No, you dumbass." And my mom's like, "Go ahead. Yeah,
Right.
go smoke it.
Go for it.
Go for it. Go try it." And then you take it and you try to smoke it and you're like,
Yeah.
can't
Burning
breathe
your
or talk.
lungs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's like 2 puffs and you're done.
Do a poison ivy chaser with it. Yeah, dude.
Like, okay,
Yeah,
my mom made the right call. Like, you go be a fucking idiot and figure this one out for yourself.
And I think my mom has a story where, speaking of the poison ivy chaser, is I think she got a hold of poison ivy when they were trying to, and yeah, it like put her down almost.
oh, yeah.
Oh, it's like she literally smoked it?
Yeah.
Oh,
There's people that die from poison ivy inhalation. Like
Right.
if
Oh,
they've
yeah.
got
Burning the fire?
in a brush
Yeah.
fire,
Yeah, yeah.
and they'll burn the shit
Yeah,
and
they'll breathe it in.
Yeah, and it'll
Yeah.
kill them.
Yeah, it's not no bueno.
That would not be a fun death.
Yeah.
she's a survivor. So praise the Lord.
Yep. She's still kicking.
Amen.
I mean, no death is
Just don't-
fun, but that would be particularly agonizing.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
would
just
suck.
don't smoke poison ivy.
Dude.
You know, intentionally or unintentionally, just don't do it.
But what if you don't inhale it, though, and you do it like a cigar?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it should be fine, right?
do it like-
That's just your mouth and nasal cavity.
Just do it like
That's,
Bill
Just don't
Clinton.
retrohale. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think
I
you're still going
smoked
to get
the poison
screwed.
ivy, but I did not inhale.
But it's funny when you say that about losing. So when everything happened with the museum burning down,
Uh-huh.
the courthouse restoration. Look, man, JD was made for that.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
he's great at a lot of things.
Right.
He's great at a lot of things, and so him handling that, it worked out the way the Lord intended it, and
That's right.
no regrets on it.
That's
so.
right.
And we have the chief now.
And we have the chief.
Which honestly, I have not made up there myself yet. I've got
forgive
to.
you.
Me neither.
I'm going to.
Look,
Don't
I
worry.
don't have a sign yet, so
Yeah.
look, I don't have a sign. It's okay.
I think it's already spoken for itself because of where you're at, and everybody's like, "He's in the fucking what building? Where? Oh,
The
that
old
one.
AT&T
Okay,
building. Yeah, yeah,
They-
yeah.
And everybody knows exactly where it is. So it's almost more of a service not to have a sign. Just to
Make it like a
people are
speakeasy where you got to know.
Yeah.
That would have saved me $7,000. I wish I'd have thought
yeah.
of that, man.
Too late.
Little late. Little
Too
late.
late.
Yeah,
Okay, so how long have you been open?
literally a week.
Okay.
So Monday through Saturday, closed on Sundays. So,
Okay.
So this was the first week. Yeah.
Okay, how was it?
It was good, man. I mean, it was, because I announced, because I had to wait because I didn't have the CO Monday,
Yeah,
certificate of occupancy for those who aren't
like
in
that's the official.
that's when you can
Yeah.
do everything.
Yep.
You
You can't really do
Otherwise,
anything.
you're just sneaking blokes like us in the back door.
Correct.
Yeah, I feel you.
Well, and it's also connected to the TABC. It's connected to everything. So
Yeah.
and that's, I know some people have operated before without a CO in certain businesses.
no way.
I've heard
Yeah.
things.
Yeah,
Heard things,
yeah.
Doc. I don't know. I know some people. I know this guy. So, but when it comes to serving booze legally, like you've got to have
You
it.
really got to be on top of
yeah,
things.
bro.
Yeah.
And actually,
Letter of the
interestingly
law.
enough- well, and interestingly enough, the MB permit, the mixed beverage permit, that was one of the easiest things to get.
Really?
Yes.
What was the most difficult?
The tobacco distributor. So you can
Really?
be a tobacco retailer. So that's anyone at QT,
Yeah.
anywhere. Yeah, you get the tobacco retailer.
The smoke shop.
Yes, some, but
Okay.
in order to be, actually, no, they'll probably have
I
a
bet-
distributor.
I bet
Really?
they
Yeah,
are with
they're-
that humidor. Yeah.
Well, and another thing with smoke shops. So once you enter into vapes, that's a whole other thing too.
Yeah.
As you can imagine, there's regulation on everything. So,
Man.
so that was So the way that the distributor permit worked is you have to have your CO first before you can get the permit. I was like, so wait a minute. You're saying in order for me to get cigars to put in the humidor,
You have to.
I've got to be ready to open.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
yeah. So fortunately, though, there's a loophole. It's not a loophole. It's just if you have a manufacturer in the state of Texas, then you can go through them because they already tax the cigars when they come in from Nicaragua,
Gotcha.
Honduras, whatever.
Okay.
Whereas I'd say 90% of the cigar companies are headquartered out of Florida. Miami, Tampa.
Yeah.
That's, obvious.
But you've got to know somebody that knows about that loophole or pay the right person that knows about that loophole.
There was no paying of any people. It's all up and up.
I'm like, who is that?
Sir.
The mob or?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you've got a good attorney or something like
Yeah.
that, they're going to know about things like that.
No,
So
the Italians don't.
That's not who you
That's
want.
not them. It's the
They're,
other
they're
one.
not trying to follow the law.
Right.
Okay.
Cartel, you know what I'm saying?
I'm learning here.
what age did you start smoking cigars?
Well, so if you count Hagar the Horrible comics and Leaves, that would have been 8, 9. If you count the Swisher Sweets we stole from Goodner's,
I mean, you're looking at
Oklahoma,
age 11.
Yeah, that's probably 10, 11.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, because back then, when you're kids, you want to smoke something to look old and to look cool.
Yeah.
Maybe probably more the inverse. You want to look cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Now all these vape cloud blowing, man bun having, low testosterone,
Yeah,
super
I'm
driving
surprised
car-
you still even remember that.
Yeah, pull
all
that
these,
up.
Yeah, these people don't look cool with vapes. Like if you want to look cool, put a cigar in your mouth.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
You don't look cool giving a robot a blowjob.
I don't know if it's cool. I think it's distinguished.
Yeah, but you do
Yeah,
look cool
it's
giving a turd a
sophisticated.
blowjob. Is that right? Is that what you're implying?
Yeah, the leafy penis.
Yeah, for some reason, I don't know.
It's
I
nature's-
always look at that dude. And I'm like, oh yeah, he's cool.
Yeah.
I want to do that.
Yes.
Yeah. So really, like when I actually started smoking seriously, would have probably been in my late 20s, early 30s. So I'm 45 now. But yeah, I was a cigarette smoker back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And then when the vapes came out, I thought, oh, it's a safe way to smoke.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. Turns out it's not.
Turns out
Probably
it's not. Well, so what I did, like I started vaping like really back before it was a thing, and then I put that up, and then whenever the cigars came, I started smoking cigars, and then I started back to vaping, so because you can do it in the house or wherever,
Right.
And I started noticing, I was like, man, I was coughing all the time, just a moist. Moist.
Yeah. Love that word.
Yeah.
Seriously, just coughing all the time.
Yeah.
And so I put the vaping back. And what I found too is a lot of kids, because that was the thing.
Yeah.
Everybody was vaping.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Now they're getting back to cigarettes.
Oh yeah, that's because they're dying.
Well,
let's go down
mean-
that rabbit hole a little bit. So why? And what you just said is you said it was cool because you could smoke inside.
yeah.
Now, why
Yeah.
do you think that is? Just because it smells like Fruity Pebbles sometimes, or
Well, because it doesn't stick. Like you can vape indoors and it
Yeah.
doesn't stick to the furniture. It doesn't stick to
okay.
your clothes.
It's easier to sneak. You're not having to
Yo.
light something. You just shove it in your pocket.
push the button, put it
Yeah.
back in there? Well,
Yeah.
some of those kids got. Have you seen those videos?
I mean,
Some of the vapes exploding.
Oh yeah.
oh yeah, that's
like chunk of meat
they
hanging
actually
off of there. Yeah.
yeah.
But see,
Get
the
injured.
kids don't do those big ones like the guys our age who vape that use
Right.
It's like the big
one.
old like
Yeah, yeah.
So you got
Wells.
a
Yeah.
lawnmower battery hanging off.
Yeah,
of it.
you want people to know like this is the vape, man.
Yeah, they're using all
Look at
the
this
elf
brick.
bars. They're the elf bars and all those.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
yeah.
But there was a time we thought that even I was maybe thought vaping was safer. And it's
I
like
think overall it is. I think overall it really, I mean, compared to smoking, I
Sure.
think it is. But it's still not, I mean, if you're not breathing just straight air into your lungs, then there's got to be danger.
I mean,
to it.
really, if you're inhaling anything,
Correct.
yeah. Then,
Correct.
And God knows we live in a toxic world.
Right.
So the stuff we breathe in
That's true.
regularly.
I mean, the air's already crap, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
It's already
I mean,
bad. So
sure.
you might as well.
A soup of pollen.
It's why I don't use
You know.
hairspray anymore.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Speaking of dust and pollen, we got some stuff on the conspiracy crossroads to talk about.
Oh, really?
But we'll get to that.
Okay,
It's just
we'll
funny
get to
you
there.
brought up
Well, I'm
dust and
excited.
pollen being in the air.
Yeah.
So
Conspiracy cross.
Yeah. so why a cigar bar?
Well,
like
Originally, it was because there wasn't one in Wise County. I was like,
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, because I thought, well, this is a great idea. There's none. The closest one was either Denton Cigar Lounge, which I love.
Yep.
yep.
You ever been over there? Now they had to tear the old building down.
Yeah,
got
they
the new
moved.
one. Well, because eminent domain shut that building down.
being so close to
Really?
the interstate.
Yeah, they were right. Well, what's crazy though is they went to the Divine Mercy Catholic Bookstore, which is, I mean, no shit, 50 feet behind it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
for whatever reason, the line didn't hit it. But that was, I was going over there.
Those Catholics have deep networking, man. You don't mess with the
Don't
Catholics.
mess with them.
So, and then the other one was Cigars International over there off 35. And I'm
Yeah.
like, well, Wise County needs this, man. And I knew there were guys like you. I know there were, it's kind of like Field of Dreams. If you build it, they will
They
come.
will come. Yeah. They just need a place.
Correct.
Yeah.
And that's proven true so far. So, and one of my first steps was to call Chris with Ezra. And I was like, oh, well, shit, man. They make the cigars locally. You know, I ran for county judge. And although I'm not born and raised here,
It's like support the local market.
I have a deep love for Wise
Yeah.
County. I really do. And my plan is to grow old and die here, right? And so I was like, well, I want to get these guys in. And so I called Chris. I said, hey, man, great idea. I'm going to open a cigar lounge, and I'd like you to be like my flagship in the humidor. Man, that's a great idea. I'd love to be in your humidor.
Dude.
But full disclosure, I'm going to open a place myself. I was like, oh. He goes, on the square. I was like, oh. So, but I was already all in at this point. So I was already committed to it, and no regrets at all because I think right now we've got different vibes going. I've had multiple guys coming in that go to both. And I think there's room in this town for both. I think that, you got the square crowd, which is not square, but you got the square crowd. They go there on the square, go to Trinity Street, go to the county seat and those places. And then you've got us over there off the highway.
Off the square crowd.
Off the square crowd, man.
Yeah.
Little edgy,
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can pull in the transients too. Like
right, but
they're not
Hampton.
going to be able to. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
You may have somebody that's been driving all day,
Boom.
They're like, fuck, I need a place to stop and have a break, or I want to burn one down. I'm guessing there's no cigarette smoking inside, right? Just
very good
just
assumption,
cigars?
and that is exactly correct. No because as we all know, cigarettes they don't smell the same.
They don't have the same aroma.
They'll funk
they're
the
not
place up,
inviting.
man.
Yep.
Yeah.
They have dog shit in them.
They do have dog shit in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I smell
Dog shit on its own is okay, but when you light
When
it,
you
that's
light
when,
it up,
yeah,
that's
that's
what
when
I mean, when we
said.
were all younger, we used to, you cool smoke while you're drinking. Not this guy. He just make fun of me. But everybody smokes. Now they smell awful. Like I can't stand the smell of one.
Don't get me wrong. I like a good cigarette.
I mean, look, every now and
Yes.
then,
You got to have.
Are those menthols?
they are.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so
Yeah.
if you want to get into my youth and how that came up, then menthols it was cool milds back in the day.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely got its place.
Yeah, it does, but it doesn't mingle well with cigar smokers.
doesn't.
Yeah.
You're
No.
going to turn cigar smokers off. Cigar smokers are going to run cigarette smokers off because I've been one of those guys.
What's crazy for me, it kind of centers itself around live music. Like some live music needs a cigar, and then some live music just needs a cigarette.
Hold on.
Right?
Let's have a little detail on that. What live music needs a cigarette?
It's like
Electro dance, EDM.
no, like
you need a cigarette and you need some
no,
MDMA.
like
Yeah, I've been to a lot of music.
no, to
places
me
and
like
never
funk
had one.
rock,
Punk rock or funk?
funk,
Uh,
funk. Yeah, like it needs a cigarette.
okay, good bass line and a cigarette. Then.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
And
You're
a nice fat beat.
You're sitting at a place that's playing jazz. Really should have a cigar.
I don't know. When you get one of those long sticks like the
Maduro, or the
put,
Lanceros.
and put your cigarette in.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Misties.
Yeah.
Wasn't the Misties a real long cigarette?
Yeah, the ones.
Yeah, and some champagne over here.
Yep.
Or when I listen to classical at home, it's pipe, obviously.
Pure pipe.
Yeah.
Pure pipe. Yeah.
Because it's contemplative.
Pipe
right?
tobacco?
No, Heath and I talked about that. Like if you go into the pipe world, I mean, it's enough having cigars.
Cigars, yeah.
Where there are truly over 300 manufacturers.
Yeah.
Right. Now you've got probably 7 to 10 that are the big boys.
Yeah.
Which of course people ask every day. Oh, you carrying Oliva? Oh, you carrying Drew? All
Drew
these-
Estate, man, has got to be. They have to be. They are the rock star, like the Tiger Woods was to golf. Drew Estate is to cigars.
Well, their Deadwood thing just
Yeah.
took the world by storm, right?
Yeah.
But the problem is with a lot of these guys. So I've reached out to let's just say it's not easy to get set up with some of these guys.
Yeah.
There are certain requirements that you have of a monetary value.
So more hoops to jump through just to get.
Yeah,
Bigger
product.
buy-in.
five-figure minimum.
Wow.
To open, yeah. And I'm like, bro, that's like my humidor.
Yeah.
And I can't just have a humidor with your shit in it. you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but to let everyone know, I'm looking at alternative routes in order to get Drew specifically. Specifically because that is the one of all of them. If mind if I jump ahead on the
Oh, yeah,
line?
Go for it.
Yeah, so like I told you earlier, so I got Texas-based. Now, when I say Texas, they're not made in Texas, as y'all probably know.
Mm-hmm.
These cigars are not made in Texas. They're all made in the equatorial region, right? So whenever you had all the Cuba, the communism took over Cuba. Speaking of politics, communism took over Cuba. All of those guys left, and a lot of them took seeds with them.
Yeah.
And they spread out, and as a diaspora, they dispersed all through to Nicaragua,
I like that.
Dominican. Right, they went all over to those countries, and then they brought their secrets. So that's where a lot of.
I mean, that's important.
Oh yeah,
It's like so there we got Nicaraguan tobacco, Dominican.
correct. And I'm personally a Nicaraguan fan. I like a Nicaraguan cigar.
Yeah,
but you can. I mean, Dominicans are good. I mean, it doesn't matter. Hondurans, it doesn't even.
but no
Mexican
longer.
rappers.
Yeah, for a long time, it's Cuba was a name from the past.
Yeah.
It's just.
Well, you're like Kramer. You fly in real Cubans,
Yeah.
to roll the cigars. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the mystique of that is actually kind of going away. And I don't know how much politics has to do with it, but if you're living under a communist, however, everything around us right now came from a communist country. You know what I'm saying?
Valid.
Don't know what you mean by that.
If we're being
Everything here
real.
is made in America.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, so these guys all came out, and then these companies that are based in Texas, so the guy that I work with a lot, so like you've had a Rojas. I brought some Rojas for you guys. So Noel Rojas is born and raised in Cuba.
Okay.
And so then when he came to America, he was doing a lot of work with some major cigar manufacturers. He was the master blender. He was the guy coming up with a lot of this. And he thought, well, shit, I'm just going to go out on my own and do my own thing.
Yeah.
And so fortunately, I ran into Noel over at Denton Cigar Lounge. And I fell in love with his cigars. And so that was one that I was able to get immediately. So as soon as I got my CO, I already had
that in line.
It worked perfect. So, and then I also have Roma, which is based out of Austin, really good cigars. But coming in, I've got, so Ashton is one. I'm bringing in some Ashton.
Yep.
Crowned Heads is another one. They're an up and comer. And that's what I found is a lot of these guys that in order to get them, you got to get these dudes who are kind of on their way
and
up.
there's something about up and comers,
Right.
It's that they have a certain striving, right?
Correct.
And
They're
that
hungry.
the
They got
well
the eye of the tiger. You know?
that's probably what you do want.
Mm-hmm.
The general consensus now is that Cuban cigars are nowhere near the quality of what the lore is just lore because
Right. Now, I can't speak anecdotally because I've never had a Cuban, but I have spoken with many guys who are well-versed in the community who have. Because, I mean, all you got to do is go to Canada or Mexico and you get some Cubans, right?
And well, like you said, everybody that
or go to Heath's buddy. Remember that?
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
Or get on a cruise and
Right.
But even though, like a lot of people who think they've smoked Cuban,
you don't know what you're getting.
Right.
Correct.
they probably weren't.
I got another story to add
Cohibas.
to that, but yeah, like you said, everybody that was producing tobacco in Cuba, they left, they went. So all the tobacco in Nicaragua, Central America, everything else,
Easy there.
was
We don't want to get canceled.
perfected. Even Nicaragua,
We're way past that, right?
dude.
Yeah. That shit settled long ago.
It wasn't apparent until you brought something out. But I had a buddy once that went to Mexico and brought this. What's the most knocked off cigar brand?
Cohiba.
Yeah, Cohiba.
Cohiba, yeah.
He brought back a box of Cohibas. They didn't have the red dot on it. Two, I don't know, dude, but he's like, oh man, I got these in Mexico. This guy, so I bargained him down.
Whoa, you almost
There
did
you
it.
go. Oh my
That
God.
was, dude.
Canceled.
Do you admire the reins that came out?
yeah.
That was impressive. Man.
Oh my God.
I bargained him down and got this for a steal, and we smoked them. I'm like, dude, you bought somebody's fucking lawn clippings.
Oh yeah.
They were
sure.
green too, and it's like, come on,
Oh,
man,
my
how
God.
drunk were you when you bought these?
Right.
That's a lot of people.
It was, they were
Yeah.
bad.
What was those cigars when we went to the casino and got that? That was I think those are some of my favorite. When we won the money.
Yeah.
That was New Year's 2018, 19.
I mean, they
The
must
one
have
time
been
you
really
won?
special because
Huh?
we can't
The
even.
one
The one
time,
time. No.
Yeah.
So do you remember what they were? It was
yes.
with the
Those-
metal ring
those
on them.
were Cohiba, and they came in the box of 10. The mascara. I'm gonna have to look them up. I can't.
Mascara.
maybe
Mascara?
that's right.
No, that's not it. Whatever. They were great.
It was like a, I don't remember. We're going to have to
No,
find
so we took my mom to see.
They were a limited edition.
Yes. We took my mom, it was all of us, and we took my mom to see Leonard Skinner at the casino down there. So after we were finished, we were like, screw it. We're all going to throw like, I don't remember, $100 a piece on the roulette. Put it all on black. Screw it. We're fixing to go. Let's
Let it
just
ride,
one
baby.
time,
Let it ride.
one-time bet.
One-time bet. Boom. We won. So we gave it all the chance and said, go buy some freaking awesome box of cigars with it.
Nice.
And that's what he came back with.
Yeah.
Man, they were great.
Cohiba was the box. They were expensive. It was like $200 for 10 of them. So.
Is it possible, though, the adrenaline, the thrill of victory, the post-Skinnerd hangover, and all those
been
endorphins
that.
rushing, the panties flying at the Skinnerd face, you know?
Yeah.
No.
Might have
You
had
didn't want
some-
to, like, the panties that would have been flying.
Oh, I know.
You didn't want to see
The
that.
girdles.
those-
Yeah, it's
yeah.
like,
Yeah,
yeah.
some of those panties I think you could have jumped off a building with and floated down.
Yeah, Leonard Skinner fans have come of age.
Yeah, they've aged, for
Yeah,
sure.
they.
No, because we didn't get the cigars until like 4 weeks later or something like that. So
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
Gamma might have to get out of her hover around
Yeah.
and take her
Yeah.
drawers off.
drawers.
Why is my throat dry? What is that down there? I need some.
Y'all had this
There you go.
y'all had this last week. I don't know. If
I
you
don't
want- you want
remember.
me to
Matt
pick
brought a
something
lot.
else? Yeah, he brought a lot.
He brought a lot of stuff.
Lockwood Distilling.
Lockwood Distilling. Yep. You ever
So
had any of that?
I have not, but
Yeah,
I'm
well,
about to.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
did you?
You'll like it. You like bourbons.
Did you
It's
get
a real dense flavor.
any stock from Ezra Zion in?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Just
that
because
was
of a non-compete thing or what?
No, yeah, it was part of the. Oh, sorry about that. There's a pretty strong partnership with them,
Yeah.
and Ezra, and so I'm like, you know what, I want to keep kind of a look. I'm in
yeah,
sales.
like keep your own thing.
Yeah, right, and I have
gotcha.
nothing against the Oak and Eden guys at all. I mean, they're great guys.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I just thought, well, look, kind of the whole separate cultures
Yeah,
thing.
Yeah.
We'll keep that separate as well, because I mean they're heavily branded. Like I think Ezra's got the tables that are the Oak and Eden barrels. I mean, there's
Oh yeah. I mean, because I think they're partnerships or somehow. But
correct.
They have probably being the one and only whiskey bro that has been to both establishments.
Yes.
Just saying.
Yeah, rub it in.
Thank you.
They have, I don't know, 6-7 bottles of Oak and Eden.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can tell. I mean, but
Correct, and then that's why I got in no hate, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
but,
no,
but,
so-
it's
so-
but at the end of the day, I mean, you're competing, right? It's
Yes.
just the way, it's just
you're
the nature
you're
of the beast,
competing,
right?
but you're also trying to grow the same beast,
Correct.
right?
And back to me being the only one that's been to both. I can
Is he a
definitely.
broken record?
Dude,
what is going on down
That's just an open invite. That's all that is.
Yeah.
That's all. I'm just trying to help some people out.
Yeah,
That's called
it
rubbing
is-
it out.
it is
Rubbing
rubbing
it
it
in.
in.
Rubbing it in.
Yeah.
Rubbing it out is a different thing.
No
Oh,
docking.
I got you. He's
But
rubbing his own out. That's
It
what,
is a good. It is different.
The disparity,
vibe.
right? Yeah.
Both good. I feel like theirs are going to be a little bit more. I don't know if tamed is the correct word, maybe,
Fair enough.
or
I accept.
it's maybe a little
Posh.
bit. I don't know.
Refined.
how to
That's
tell.
probably. I think
Yeah.
that's probably the better. Yeah. Well, so I mean,
Well, especially as you grow,
right.
because you have a lot more room
I do have
to
room.
expand.
So the patio
With
is
the
coming
patio,
soon,
which
yeah.
that's what I'm excited about. I think that's
Yes.
going to be sweet. But
So, and that was one of the reasons that with the old AT&T building that I was excited about
Mm-hmm.
it, because I was originally looking at the Yesterday's property, right? So the
Yeah.
Yesterday's property, everybody knows, and
right up there on the hill.
right, literally at the top of the hill. The
Yeah.
only problem is, I mean, it's on the hill and it's on the highway. I mean, it's
Yeah, it's
right.
close.
Yeah, so at least with where I am now, I'm off the access road, right off the
Yeah.
exit.
Mm-hmm.
I've got Conrad and Roy as my neighbors, with McDonald's and the Hampton. But I was looking at that, and when I was originally looking at Yesterday's, my uncle was like, "Hey, this AT&T building, it's been sitting empty. They had no signs up." So, and I think I talked to a lot of people, and I remembered when you go into that AT&T building, that view.
Oh yeah, unlimited vistas out west. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
dude. I mean, it's like Now I had a guy.
I think the walkthrough you did was the best. You come out here, you can see all the way to Jacksboro.
Dude, I had a guy who told me that. He said, "Look, that flag." He's like, "That's the Jacksboro flag." I'm like,
Wow.
"Fucking A, I'm banking it."
Yeah.
That's true.
Jacksboro flag.
Yeah, it's the big boys.
Yeah, but that's
Boy Scout
not.
ranch?
That's not. That's about halfway.
Yeah, I mean,
Don't worry about
It's
it,
not
man.
the Boy
Yeah,
Scout.
don't-
It's the.
It's still way the hell out
it's
there.
the Patriot. It's
Right.
like a Patriot Ranch now.
Yeah,
It's huge.
Heath, don't destroy the mystique.
I like
That
it. I
is
like
the-
it.
Yeah.
that is Jacksboro. It's Jack
Yep.
County for sure.
Oh,
so,
for sure.
I mean,
But it's definitely, I mean, you can definitely see, you've been out there. I mean, you can definitely
Oh
see.
yeah, it's a great.
That's
It's a
cool.
great view. So that is definitely phase 2 that it's already coming. So
Yeah.
of the depleting and limited funds that are left from my 401k drainage. Right.
You got to put it towards something.
did you purchase the building or lease it?
I did. So I was,
Nice.
I was originally looking to lease it.
Yeah.
And so I go in there and I talk to the Jackson Hewitt guys.
Yeah,
And they said, well, we're actually thinking about buying it.
yeah.
But of course, if they're going to buy it, then they're thinking, well,
They're going to expand into it.
no. They wanted to buy it,
Lease
to be
it.
a tenant and lease
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
So if they buy it where there's a tenant already in it, I said, because it's a common question. If you have a cigar lounge next door, are you cool with that? Right? Because there's going to be some smell. And by the way, no smells going over yet. We had a pretty good week. So
That's good.
yeah. So, but they were like, yeah, sure. We'd love to. We have no problem with the cigar lounge.
Yeah.
We'll see if their tune changes over the next couple months. But as of yet, it hadn't. So I talked to them and they said, well, yeah, we'll hook you up with the owner. So I called the owner purely intending on leasing.
Yeah.
That was my sole goal, was leasing. And they said, well, yeah, we just want to lease because we've been talking to so-and-so and we don't want to sell. I said, well, good, because that's half my 401k that I don't have to worry about touching, right? And then 3 days later, they called back and they said, well, we're actually, we thought about it. We don't want to lease to a cigar lounge, but we'll sell it to you.
Oh,
and so I thought, well,
Okay.
there it is. All
Yep.
bet it on black, man.
Yep, bet
Just
it
go
on
for it, man. So I did. So I've got my space, the Jackson Hewitt space, and then we've got it's about a half acre right behind us. So all that grass area in between us and the Hampton. So sky's the limit as far as what we can eventually do.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see where the Lord opens up doors and where they're closed, and but as of yet, the patio was a must because I even remember going in there back in the day to look at the AT&T store, and you look out there and like I
Yeah,
said,
it goes
you
forever.
can see
Oh
Jacksboro.
yeah, I agree.
And nobody gets to,
Yes, you do, sir.
and you don't really get to capitalize on that view if you're a freaking phone store. So
Correct.
If you're in a cigar lounge,
Correct.
you certainly can.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is on the south side of the lounge, there's just a perfect area. It was just a bunch of cactus, yuccas, and bullshit that was there. So I went ahead and cleared all that out, and we're going to make that a patio. Now, fortunately, I was able to work with the city so that I wasn't going to increase my occupancy to where I had to add a fire suppression system or add another restroom, add another
Gotcha. So there's
$45,000 in
Wow.
expenses. So I was able to get away with where it worked out. So we kept my occupancy the same, but can't add like a permanent fixture to it. Which is cool, right? Because it's a patio. Hey, it's a patio. It's all
Patio.
good. It's a patio. What are you gonna do? So that's coming up. I mean, post haste, right? I've already I contacted the guy.
that's cool.
Yeah, and just so clean it out, level it out, and then and then it's Texas winters.
Yeah.
So we'll be all right.
Yeah,
We can go out and enjoy a patio in the winter.
put some heater out there or something.
Yeah, man.
So how'd you come by the chief?
So full story, right?
Yeah,
All right.
get
So
into it.
okay. So the chief is there's obviously a history behind that. So my dad and my peepaw, my paternal grandfather, he started Miller's Western Wear in Duncan, Oklahoma.
Okay.
And this is the late 60s, early 70s, right when the cowboy boom. Y'all remember when we were coming up back, didn't you get your like Heath on the back of your belt? Did they ever do that? Where you'd get your name on the back of your belt?
Oh yeah.
No,
You remember
I never
that?
did. My dad had it on the back of his. But,
Exactly, right? So it was the time, man. JR, who shot JR? So people opened up the shop right before the big Western thing hit. And he had this cigar store Indian that was
Oh
there.
yeah, that wooden.
The wooden cigar store Indian.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he had it this whole time. And when I was born in 78, I grew up in the store. I remember I'd play hide and seek inside the belt racks. I mean, I grew up with that thing. And so my dad took over the store in the 80s and in the early 80s. And it's the 80s, just say no, Nancy Reagan. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Cannabis, crack, it doesn't matter. It was all punished and treated the same.
Yeah.
And so my dad was selling cannabis, pot, back to his friends, and he got busted. And he got busted in Oklahoma, which is bad.
Yeah.
So he went to prison. And
Back whenever people who sold cannabis were drug dealers.
Yes.
I mean, literally a drug
Yeah.
dealer, and then they treated you as such. So,
Yeah.
so my dad, who's not a criminal, not a violent guy, I mean, he goes to prison, loses the store, loses everything, as you can imagine. Right, it's a bad deal.
So you had like a personal brush with the drug war.
I've had a very strong opinion on cannabis for years, which back to why I might not run for office again. I'm laying it out here, right here on the line, right? I have certain opinions on that, and they're informed opinions, right?
Yeah.
You good?
If you're a normal, hardworking, everyday American and find your shits are only rated 1 star, well, let me tell you how to up your game to a 5-star shit. Atrantil is the answer for you. Feel free to skip this ad if you want, but you won't be skipping the bathroom if you do. We're just telling you how our guts cope with the abuse we hand them on a daily basis. You've heard Dr. Brown and Eric Rieger talk about 5-star shits on this show, so let's talk about Atrantil. Atrantil is created by Dr. Brown as an easy hack for a healthy gut. It's the only over-the-counter product proven to stop bloating and symptoms associated with IBS. These are all natural polyphenols and non-GMO. Anyone suffering should try the 630 plan. What is the 630 plan, you might ask? That's 6 capsules a day for 30 days. And if you're not having 5-star shits by the end of 30 days, you can get your money back. Click in the show notes and enjoy a minimum of 15% off. Or go to Atrantil.com and use the keyword Whiskey Bros at checkout.
I had
opinion.
and you'll find as the story goes on, that personal. No, we can time out if you need to. No, I'm good.
No, is it still videoing, you think?
Here, can you get his
And it's just
guy?
not-
There it is.
Yeah, there we
We
go.
got it back up. Yeah.
Oh, it may have just been in there. Okay, so Dad goes to prison, right? And bad things happen in prison, right?
Yeah.
I mean they do.
Yeah,
And
they
so-
do.
And so, Dad.
It's a place chocked full of like really cool and good people.
Right. I mean,
yeah.
you literally have the most, malevolent people on earth in there. And then
Yeah.
you get nonviolent drug offenders who go in there, right? And so he gets out and flash forward. And by this point, my dad and I's relationship is kind of strained, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't because of that. It's just whatever, man. There's
It's like growing up.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
yeah. But I was raised primarily by my grandparents, right? So,
Okay.
So then he gets out, and then in '92 he gets busted again because an ex-girlfriend snitched on him, and he had just had pot, but he got busted again. But if you're a convicted felon already,
Yeah.
you still are going to go back. So the night before his trial, instead of going to prison, he took a shotgun, and that was it.
Took a bullet.
And that was it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that was it. And so in the midst of all that, so the chief, this cigar store Indian that he had goes missing, and it's gone. Now, obviously, I'm not thinking about a cigar store Indian at this point.
Right. You didn't recognize it at that time as
Right.
being a symbol.
For nothing.
Of anything.
And so a couple months later, though, I do remember seeing a cigar store Indian. I was like, man, I wonder what the fuck the chief, man. And nothing.
That was it.
Meemaw didn't have it in storage. Nobody knew. And so over the years, anytime I would see a wooden cigar store Indian, which are cool as shit anyway,
Right.
can I just say? I mean,
Oh,
right?
yeah. I kind of wish I wish I had one.
Everyone wishes they have one,
Yeah.
right? So every time I'd see one, man, I'd think, man, I wish I had the chief.
Right.
And so, but nada. So then in 2018, a friend of mine, his mom and I were very close growing up. You know, those moms that are your friends' moms that you're close to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And now we're on Facebook. So she reaches out to me. She says, hey, your dad, I'm not going to name names. She said, but your dad's best friend, then I knew him. He left his wife for the bartender at the Moose Lodge, as happens when you have a Moose Lodge.
This story's great.
With a hot bartender. And by hot bartender, I mean 55 and not 300 pounds, right?
Yeah.
So he leaves his wife, and she's scorching earth, man. She's getting rid of all his shit. She's done, but she's got some of your dad's records. Would you like some of your dad's? I was like, would I like some of my dad's records? Yes. Like, because, vinyl and it's.
Oh, yeah. And vinyl's coming back at the time. And
Well, but even so, it's my dad.
Yeah.
And he's, he committed suicide when I'm 14. So there's anything that I could do. Like when I got into boots, man, it was all about Miller's Western wear. It was all about a connection with my father, right? That's all it was. And so when she says that, I was like, hell yeah. And she goes, oh, and by the way, I've got this cigar store Indian that she thinks was your dad's. Do you want? I said, whoa, wait a minute.
This was how long?
You got the Chief?
How long was this after?
This was 20 after he died. This was almost 30 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And like I said, every time I'd see a cigar store Indian, I'd think of the Chief.
Right.
That's why I never bought one. It's like, I'm not going to spend money because there is a Miller-owned cigar store Indian out there somewhere. Yeah. And so she told me that. She sent me a picture, and lo and behold, I should have sent you the picture. You could have pulled it up right now.
you got did you have to revive it at all?
So now, perfect condition.
Wow.
Perfect condition.
So he didn't have it out in the back shed somewhere. He had it in the house.
I'm gonna have to come see
kept it in the house.
That's pretty cool.
So when you walk into the Chief, right, and you walk in, and you can't miss him.
No.
It's right there on the left.
Yep.
I got the light shining
Holding
on.
his little canister of
cigars. That's right.
Yeah.
Got it right there. So as soon as you walk in the Chief, you'll see it. And so so when I thought about the idea for the name, because of course if you get the idea for a business, and I'd worked for the man my whole life, right? I'd been able to. We were a single income family for forever. Mm-hmm. And then my wife went back to nursing school after our kids went into public school. And so that's whenever the door opened up, because I've got a nurse's salary and a nurse's benefits. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that opened up the door to where I could run for county judge and lose. And
Well, you got to do something.
You got to take your shot, man.
Yeah, right. You know.
So I did, man.
Make your mark some way. Even losers make a mark.
Well, the good thing about that, just shifting gears. I mean, look, I got to meet you around that time.
Yep.
I got to meet a lot of people, man.
Yeah.
It was really cool because, like I said, we were a homeschool family before. And so I knew 8 people in Wise County, right? Like, you don't really get to know a lot of people when they're in the homeschool community, but when you go to the Eagles football games.
Oh, yeah.
That's where you get to know Wise County.
Right.
That's the networking.
Yeah.
And so, and you get just anywhere where you're actually involved. But like I said, I was working for the man and we were a homeschool family. So
social life was not happening.
Which, by the way, is where I'd known of Chris originally in the homeschooling world, right?
Oh, yeah.
So losing or win or lose, I made some great friends, made some great relationships, and it worked out. But back to the point, that's the Chief. That's where the Chief came from. And so when people come in, they'll know, like, this is, the heart and soul behind.
That's cool.
This statue has some major significance.
Major significance.
Major,
And by the way, this is an interesting, just a quick story. So I had these cigar reps come in the other day. And they're selling and wheeling and dealing. And we're doing great. And they're like, and this is a relationship business. And they're doing a lot of presenting, right? They've got their charts, and this is the history of this cigar. And I'm okay with that. It's cool. And I said, hey, but let me just tell y'all, because they didn't ask. That's one thing. They didn't ask, like you did, gentlemen. So they didn't ask. And I said, well, let me just tell you about the Chief. And so I started the story, and I saw the glossing. And then I literally stopped mid-sentence. And, so my dad, he lost the store, and
wow.
And they didn't keep up with it?
Cue the cricket sound.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then so I just, all right.
Yeah.
So I will not be stalking their cigars. And I'm not going to name names, but yeah. Well, I mean, come on, man. How are you going to, and that's the thing about a cigar culture.
Like, is it, but it should be, even in a sales position.
Any position with sales.
Yeah.
Right. It's about the relationship.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's how business gets conducted.
And
right?
especially if you're dealing with an entrepreneur who's doing a small business.
Yeah.
That small business has a name. Ezra Zion has a name, and the story behind their name is fascinating and tragic and beautiful. And you want to know that. And when they tell you that story, you want to know it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right? And so, and that's about the cigar culture. It's like, where did you come up with the name for your cigar lounge?
Right.
And they didn't even ask it. And it's like when you hear that story, you realize, like, well, hey, bro.
Yeah.
That's kind of a big deal to me.
Yeah, and your name isn't something simpleton either. It's not Cigars R Us or some horseshit. It's like
Miller Cigar Lounge. You're like, no,
dude. This name implies, hey, something of significance happened to name this place.
And somebody like that, they should want all the information where their cigars are going to go, because it could happen that they might have a run of cigars and it could just be named the Chief.
Mm-hmm. There is one based out of New Jersey.
Yeah.
That he's got a line of under that's called, like, he's got a specific one that's called the Chief.
Yeah.
It's all good, man.
Yeah.
So what's the history of the drugstore Indian? You know, like
the original, like how that came about.
Yeah, because that was a brand, right?
Probably racism. So what? You know, we're not worried about that. No. I actually, you know, I've looked into that, and that goes back a long way.
Really?
A long way. Yeah.
Cowboys and Indian, maybe.
Yeah. Right.
Western wear stores.
Well, it really started with the Big Chief tobacco.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Yeah, but now whether that was the cigar store Indian itself.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Let's pause it. Let's Google that real quick.
That's really interesting because, at some point you got Red Man as well.
I was just about to bring Red Man up. My granddad chewed that forever. Does that still exist?
Oh, yeah.
Is that
Red
still
Man?
a thing?
Yeah.
Red Man?
Is it allowed to? I mean, I thought they got canceled, right?
In the pouch.
Oh, that's a good point.
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's really interesting.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Well, the thing is that, you know, with the peace pipe, right? Like, in the native community, I mean, tobacco really is, it's a sacred plant, and a lot of these plants are sacred plants to them. So
that's very true. It was the white people that came over and started like making big business of tobacco, but tobacco has been part of the Americas.
Oh, yeah.
And the indigenous population of America.
Still one of the most popular wrappers that you can get is a Connecticut.
Yep.
Which truly is made in
Connecticut.
There's a little valley right there where they make all those wrappers.
Had the Connecticut Indians.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ah, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, isn't that crazy, though, when you find out how many of these towns and these states and these cities, like Milwaukee, which is Algonquin for the good land, as you may remember from Wayne's World, right? And Alice Cooper. Yeah. So, you know, growing up in Oklahoma, I thought like we were the only, you know, Oklahoma's like that's where all the natives are.
Right. Yeah.
And you don't realize that
now it's the land of the cool.
They're everywhere.
That's
right.
The cool cigarettes.
Yeah, the cool cigarettes.
That's still a thing.
No, not literally. Yeah, actually it is. Yeah, but we're talking about two different things.
Yeah. They're too expensive nowadays.
Yeah.
Right up here, my stepdad was a Flathead Indian. He was the Salish.
There we go, man.
Yeah. So Flathead Nation of Montana.
Which is very similar to our flag in Oklahoma.
Is it really?
Oh yeah, that's basically so the shield with the that's very close. I didn't realize. Is that the actual tribal flag?
It is their tribal flag. Yeah,
it's beautiful, man. Yeah. So my sister, so different dads, you know, obviously. She is the granddaughter of Chief Silvermoon, who was the last chief of the Caddo tribe. So you remember the Big Chief tablets? Now I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna try to make that connection.
You remember those?
It's like, the handwriting. It's like, what did that have to do with drugstore?
I don't know what it came. I don't know where the connect. Well, the mark
because it was like it looked like the same dude.
Well, so what they did is they had used different Indians, and so Silvermoon was one of the. If you go, I can't remember what year it was, but he was one of the Big Chief writing tablets. So that's my sister's grandfather. He was famous in our town growing up in Oklahoma because he was an artist as well. So that's why I kind of get a pass. Like when people talk about the chief, it's like, hey, speaking of getting canceled, whoa, hey. So I got nieces and nephews and a sister, bro. Yeah. They're on the tribal roll, brother. Nah, I'm not. I'm as white as they come. You know. Yeah. And I did the search because you know if you're born in Oklahoma, you never know, man.
Oh yeah,
get some free health care.
Sure.
Yeah. My nurse just figured out that she's gonna get some.
Did she get on
support?
It? Casey? Yeah. You got to find a tribe with money.
I was gonna say
you got to find a tribe with money, right? And then they got to have a casino. Right?
And you got to get and it was from a genetic test, so it was like
And now she's on the roll, and boom, free babies.
Yep.
Find whatever tribe is affiliated with the WinStar. Jeez. No joke, thinking of Indians with money, that thing is.
I think that's Choctaw.
Yeah, I believe so.
I think it is.
Yeah.
But, man, I can remember when that first place first opened. It was literally a tent.
Oh, dude,
with like
no longer, brother.
No, it's the world's largest casino now.
Yeah.
You got old ladies parachute with their panties.
I know, bro. I know, dude. It's insane.
Do they have their own airport yet?
I don't think they have an airstrip out there.
That's
yet.
actually a good
I'm
point.
surprised.
I don't think they do though.
Well, but can they though? Because it's tricky, like with the tribal lands.
Oh, and FAA regulations.
And
yeah,
look,
they don't want to be regulated.
So that's why when you go to a concert,
that's interesting.
well, when you go to a concert at Choctaw or Windstar or any of those places, so you go to a concert in Dallas, man, marijuana is flying everywhere.
Yeah.
You go to the tribal lands,
Nope.
no, they do not play. Why? Because the only jurisdiction they report to is the federal.
Yeah.
So even though in Oklahoma it's all basically legal, not at
But
not
the
at
feds can
casino.
come in and shut them down as far as that goes. And they will. Yeah.
The money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Money. There it goes.
yeah. Because I think I think Gainesville's airport flies in a bunch of the
ballers.
and then
I know they bust
take them up there.
old grannies in from Dallas and God knows where, Oklahoma City. They bring people in by the busloads.
Oh yeah. Well, every casino does that.
That's true.
Have you been to the one that's closer up to Durant?
Yes.
I have not.
No.
That's not Windstar too, is
No,
it?
it's the Choctaw.
It's the Choctaw.
Choctaw
Choctaw.
Casino. Yeah. I don't know
Yeah.
if it's a different derivative of the same tribe. I don't know.
The reason that I know this is because I went to a Black Crowes concert. The Black Crowes.
Great band.
Which, if you know anything about the Black Crowes and their culture, think the Grateful Dead,
Yes.
right? But modern. And there was, it just smelled like, vanilla in the air.
Yeah.
No clouds, no nothing, which is weird for a Black Crowes concert.
Right,
Right. Well, your own personal opinions aside, it's like that had nothing to do with it, but it was, and they were, because there was security everywhere.
Everywhere,
And
yeah.
they were shutting it down, man.
Just vapes everywhere.
Now that's a different deal, right? That's a different deal. Yeah, whether they were vaping or not.
Marijuana smoking has gone through a bit of a transformation.
As all of it.
You don't know
Yeah.
who is smoking the reefer anymore.
Right.
Oh,
No, I think you
I don't-
still do
how do-
because even
How do
even
cops know?
well, I think
They have
the
detectors.
smell's still there.
Yeah.
When you put it in a vape, even the smell's still there.
They don't.
It's hard to disguise that smell, even if
Yeah.
you do put Fruity Pebbles scent on it.
literally one of the flavors.
Oh, I know.
How did you know that?
So this is strange. Recently, I went to a Queen concert, and I thought I was smart, so I got some vodka in the pouch, right? Stuck it down in the boot, like thinking I would maybe sneak in my own booze. I'm not actually condoning such behavior.
Of course, nefarious deeds.
right. The sensor picked up the vodka in the boot.
What?
In
What
the,
sensor?
In the,
How? Was your
the door
flask metal?
sensor. No, it was a plastic.
You say, sir,
Pouch.
I have a colostomy bag.
Yeah, I know.
You really want me to
It's
pull
like,
it out?
I went through. Of course, it beeped, and I was like, "Oh crap!" Took my belt off, put it in there. It beeped again.
What?
And, yeah, and he was like, "Let me see your boot." I was like, "Fuck."
Bro, you're wearing steel-toed boots. You realize that, right?
Yeah, right. Well, so I pulled it up, and he was like, "Yeah, I got you." And so I gave him my vodka in my pouch.
Yeah, but what
and then walked back
sensors?
through there, and it didn't beep.
No
So
shit.
I think that like something with the pouch.
Was the cap
Like-
metal?
It was supposedly plastic, right?
Interesting.
I don't know how
Yeah.
you confuse plastic and metal.
No,
I don't know. I don't
you
know.
Can't. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I never figured it out.
Yeah, but
Like
is
the
that
whole
a thing
concert,
now?
I'm sitting there trying to enjoy Queen, but I'm sitting there like perseverating on how the fuck did I get
You're
busted?
mad because you're
the whole
white.
time.
But it's happened to me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
busted at a wedding for the groom gave out little, the little airplane bottles of Maker's Mark.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And we're at the reception, and afterwards, I've got it's stuck in my boot,
Yep.
and I'm like, we're sitting at the
I
table.
mean, boots
and we're
are
in-
great for that.
Yeah, we're in a
typically.
dark,
Yeah.
dim lit corner of the area where this reception is. And pull it out, look around. Security guard's way over there. Okay, I made it. Put it back in my boot. Like 2 seconds later, hey man, I know I just didn't see you pouring anything in your.
Oh,
I know you didn't
seriously?
either.
And you're
I know
like-
you didn't either, yeah.
He's
I
like,
agree.
I know you don't need to take that back to your room and get it out of here, right? I'm like, you're exactly right. I don't need to. Thank you, sir.
This is a very deeply psychological.
He walked away, and I was like, out and put it in the hotel room and
Yeah.
came back.
But Doc's known for getting busted by the security
Yeah,
guy
it's
at
true.
the front door. When we went and seen Jordan Peterson,
Shit.
Oh, this is news to me.
yeah.
we went and seen Jordan Peterson, and I seen people getting checked and stuff. And me and Doc both had our pocket knives, and they wouldn't let nobody would go with pocket knife.
I got to talk to JBP about that.
Yeah, you do.
He
But
would-
what was funny is he was right behind me.
They wouldn't. They really
Well,
wouldn't.
listen,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is
You just
this-
say,
yeah, this
I'm
is
from
better.
Wise County, bro.
I mean,
we got hairy
listen,
pockets.
It's a pocket knife.
And this is
Yeah.
the reason why it's better. is because I got in with mine.
It's like, yeah, bro, I got my pocket knife.
I had to throw mine away.
Yeah, chuck it in the trash. They would not let him in.
You had the carbon fiber though.
No, I don't even remember what it was.
Yeah, he did some underhanded pass it through
I did. So
Yeah.
I had my, because you take your phone and your wallet out and put it in your hand when you walk through the
You
scanner.
do that, yeah.
I put my knife in between both of them and just grabbed them and walked on right on in there. Yeah.
I've got the ultimate one up on against all my friends. Back when Pat Green, you remember him? Pat Green.
Oh yeah.
Good old Pat Green.
Legendary,
Huge deal.
I mean, he's not dead.
No, he's not dead. No,
Yeah, you remember him? Yeah.
he kind of went to Nashville and
Yeah, but
became a
Great guy he
Pat
was.
Green, I think he was at one of the Walmart Supercenter here in Decatur. I think he was
probably so
in the parking lot.
Yeah,
No shit.
Grand opening. Pat Green, I believe
he
that's
was the
right.
commemorative act for.
Yep.
Got that Walton money.
Got some of that Walton.
Okay,
on it.
I guess so. But anyways, we're at his concert, and this is right out of high school. I'm like 19, if that. So we're sitting out in the parking lot tailgating before Pat Green comes on, as one does,
you do.
as we're all drinking.
Yeah.
Back at the time, it was when Bud Light was hot, so we're all drinking Bud Light.
Well, it's still kind of hot.
So we're all consuming Bud Light, and I remember looking over, and these guys in like Hawaiian floral button-down shirts all my friends are kind of lined up, and they're just chatting with it, and I'm like, what the hell's the deal with this? And I look back, and all my friends are in a line, and the guy looks at me, pulls his glasses down, looks at me, and I hold my beer in there. I'm like, oh, cheers, dude. Don't know who you are, but cheers. And he's like, okay, nods his head, and they all come back and like, dude, we just got fucking busted for MIPs. TABC out there in
wow.
disguise.
Not fucking around.
Yeah, not fucking around. And all my buddies are like almost 21. I'm the youngest there. But I guess because I pulled the whole
Cheers.
I know who you are, go fuck yourself, which I wasn't doing at all because I'm like, yeah, I guess all my friends know this guy.
Hey, by the way, a little word of advice to the youngsters out there. If you ever get busted for an MIP, just go ahead and admit you're a minor. I was at Joe Walsh down at Sundance Square. I was 18 years old and I had a beer. And the cop comes up to me and he says, hey, I just need to see your ID for that. I was like, oh, I don't have my ID, but my name's Chase McLaughlin. He goes, would you mind spelling that? I was like, oh.
Shit.
It's like C-H-A. He goes, no, your last name. I was like, M, little C, big C, L-A, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, what's your social security number? I was like, 638-484-321. He's like, can you repeat that? I was like, nah, bro. Minor in possession ticket was at the time $110. Failure to identify properly, $580.
Wow.
And he busted your ass
In
for
1995 money.
Yeah.
You know what? He busted
Yeah.
me.
both. They got Joe Biden inflation now, so that's like a $5,000
probably
ticket.
Bro,
$5,000,
just tell them, man. Just take the MIP, bro. Take it, man.
Just give them your license.
Yeah.
Jeez.
TABC still works in disguise, undercover, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
They do.
That's kind of their thing.
Yeah.
I don't like them.
I'm
like
waiting on them.
they're
I'm waiting on them.
communists.
Yeah.
I'm expecting.
I mean,
hey,
they
slow
stop by
down.
and they try to buy
They are-
stuff. And
They are good people and they are respectable, and I long for the day.
You must have forgot how they treated bar owners during COVID then.
No, look, okay, you know why I ran, right? That why I ran for county judge, right? Look, that now, oh man,
yeah, we've opened up the can of worms.
Yeah.
not to get too but for real, like that's part of it. Like if you open a bar,
Yeah.
the TABC is going to come, and that's why So
Oh, yeah, for sure.
the laws in Texas are a trip, right? Like as y'all probably know,
Yeah.
when it comes to alcohol specifically,
Right.
So you've got kids.
Yep.
You have kids, Doc?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
We've all got kids, right? So
And they're not scared of booze. Like they're going to be fairly educated whenever they get there.
well, but the thing is that legally in Texas right now,
I can take my kid to your bar and say, give her a drink.
yes. So there are
Okay.
and by the way, when y'all remember the black X's back in the day?
Oh,
whenever
yeah.
we had all had
Yep.
hair.
Oh, yeah.
Are
Yep.
you covering up a?
No, he's got a mop up there, man.
Yeah, I've got-
Yeah, he's that guy.
He is that guy.
Sorry, I'm the only one with hair on the show.
look at
See,
it.
okay, there's
Look, you
one
wanna
guy
touch it?
wearing a hat.
You want to touch it?
No, I don't want to touch it. I know what I'm missing.
And it's a dude with hair.
Yeah, the guy that's
That's like-
covering it up.
I don't
He's the
get
only
it.
one. Yeah, oh, yeah.
How do y'all take care of it? Do you do the
With $1 a shave or
that?
dollar.
DollarShaveClub.com.
But you do cream and razor.
I don't do shaving cream. I do the shaving gel. The Jack Black.
I'm a soap and shower type of guy.
Yeah,
But you
he
still
does
use
it
a
in there.
razor.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You haven't gone with the 21st century and gone
No.
electric with the 5 electric.
No.
I
tried
want to.
them.
I want
Bro.
to. It's one of those things where
Sorry,
I
brother.
always have something better to spend my dollar on. So
But it's Amazon. It's like
I know.
it's
I
like,
think I'm
Yeah,
sitting
it's
there. I'm
cheap.
going. I was like, man, I'd like to have one of those, like
Get one.
handheld.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, but
You
what's
know,
the benefit
but
of the electric
they're
shaver
like-
versus the other shaver?
They're
You
like
can- you can-
$100 or something.
No,
right?
they're less than that. You go on Amazon, you can find they're all
Oh,
the
okay.
same now.
Yeah.
Okay.
China's taking
Well,
all the patents.
what's the difference?
Maybe
why,
I need
Why
to.
do I need to go towards that versus the razor?
I'll give you at least 2.
Okay.
Okay. One, when I did the razor, you can cut yourself with the razor. Actually,
Never
I'll give you
done
a couple.
that.
Never.
I'm just gonna riff. Y'all mind if I riff on
Never
that?
Yeah, go
once have I
ahead,
cut
man.
my head shaving.
I did though, but my clumsy.
Never once
Yeah.
so far.
But I have. So that's an occupational hazard.
Uh-huh.
But you also, whenever you're doing with the razor and you've left the house,
Oh, when you get that, like
V?
Yes,
You have the
I
V?
have recently.
you know the V,
Yeah.
right? So that
Yeah.
you miss a spot, right? But
don't do that
with
either.
this
Yeah,
on
you
your
don't do. Oh, come on! Like I
what?
get to work, or my nurse will tell me, it's like you miss a spot.
All right, let's say that.
it's
How
like,
long have you been
crap.
bald? How long have you been shaving it?
Okay, so I knew my dad was going bald, right?
Yeah.
And so I already knew that this was potentially
Yeah.
coming. But by the time I was 17, man, I was convinced, dude, because I mean, you know what I'm saying?
It's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mop head.
Thick, brother.
Yeah.
And then about 18 years old, whenever I grew my hair out to about right here, and then I was washing my hair and I was like, holy shit, what is all this, man? oh, it's just because I'm growing it out. It's like it's heavier now and it's pulling it out of the, yeah. No. That was the beginning of the end,
Yeah.
right? So then I fought it. I don't know if y'all went through the struggle.
I did not.
Yeah, I had a little
So
struggle.
I still have a full set of hair. I do this because I want to.
Don't tell me that.
Do you feel it right now?
No, you got some.
If you feel his hair, you got to feel my hair.
I got a little bit right here going, but I still got. I mean, it's full.
It definitely is efficient and it's
Yeah.
easy, right?
Yeah.
So
I'll tell my bald story after you get done.
okay, yeah. So basically, I fought it. I mean, minoxidil, Propecia,
Yeah,
Oh,
all
shit.
of it.
you
I don't know what
actually
any of that
medicated.
is.
Oh, bro, I
Really
was
fought it.
I was committed, bro. I was
Hair
like,
Club for Men. Not only am I a
Yeah.
member, but I. Or
well,
not,
that's
what was that?
I'm also a
but-
client.
Yeah. Not only am I the president, but
I'm also the client.
Yeah, what are you looking at me for? I don't know, man.
He doesn't know. The infomercials, yeah, like Ron.
Oh, yeah.
He would look at the like food dehydrator. He'd skip the. Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, I fought it and fought it and fought it, and then I was like, man, I'm putting all these chemicals in. Well, actually, there was one company, they'd give you a 1-year guarantee that it would work, and it was the drops, the Propecia, yes, and I tried that, and what I would do, this is bad. But this is the circle of trust, right?
You bet.
This no, you
it's
just
it's
keep
only
talking.
us.
There's
Yeah,
no.
it's only us four right now.
Completely open to the public.
I would go 11 months. I would get this shit at the first year. You get a whole box full of it, treatments, lotions, and all that for 11 months, and then at the end of the 1 year. Yeah. Hang on, let me make some more.
Well, I just finished off our bottle, so I'll give you a taste of it.
Oh man, I just did that.
Here, take some of mine.
No. I'll
Seriously.
wait for. I'll do another one.
Well, no,
He
you
poured
need-
like 4 ounces for each of them. So
Yeah,
no, man.
there you go.
Well, I mean,
Finish that off.
I
You
gotta
have some
finish
of
that
this.
off.
me and
I'm not
Doc are
shooting it.
pros.
Yeah, we are.
But what I was
get a
doing.
little bit of
So
this.
this is back when I was. Thank you, brother. So this is back when I was Baptist and I was playing guitar in church, and this girl recorded it.
Give a chance some of that.
Yeah.
I gotta finish mine first, man.
Well, hurry up.
So I'm sitting there, and from the balcony they had the video, and so I'm looking down. I'm looking down playing guitar,
See,
and bro, and then I saw the stage light, and
Yeah.
now look, I knew. I
that's what
already
did it.
knew.
That's what did it to me.
Did you see the top?
Yeah.
No, dude, I saw worse than the top. I saw the strands that were going across the top.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, "That's it, I'm done."
Yeah.
And then
Get it off.
And then, I went with a 2 at first, right? I went with a 2, and then a 1, and then it was complete freedom.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I'm walking through the airport, and I got my head back again. I'm not just kind of,
Yeah.
I'm not hiding it, like full mop over here.
Yeah.
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 Why don't y'all just use Nair?
No, okay.
Oh,
You don't
because
have
it
to.
goes
smells like a perm.
Yeah,
It
it
smells
goes
like a perm.
It goes to areas that I don't want to get burnt.
Yeah, don't put Nair there.
Yeah, don't
I'm
do
just
that.
saying.
That's our episode name.
Yeah,
Don't put
Nair
Nair
there.
Write that shit down.
Yeah, we'll forget it. So, did you ever say how long Would you say you've been balding?
Oh, since I
balding it.
Oh well. I mean, like I said, it was 18 whenever I first noticed the hands that were full of hair. But it took like I said, I didn't have a thick head of hair.
So a good while though.
It took a while, but I shaved it. So let's see, Hannah's 13 or 15. So yeah, so probably 13 years that I've been shaving it. And
So I got you beat.
Really?
Oh yeah.
No. Okay. So why? Or were you a swimmer?
No.
Yes, he was.
Can you see this body just flowing?
I don't know what it was like in the
a
youth.
dolphin?
Though.
Yeah,
I know. I didn't know you when you were.
He was a biker.
No, I was probably bigger when I was younger, but no. So I used to be on the fire department, and I can't remember the reason I lost the bet, but I lost the bet. So the bet was if you lose, you got to mohawk your hair. So I did the whole, I don't know, about 2-inch mohawk.
You were an animal from the Road Warriors.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that lasted probably about 2 months that I had to wear it, I think, something like that. So after that was done, I kept it for a little longer.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
So you did it as a bet, but inside while you're wearing the mohawk, are you like?
I loved every freaking. I'd probably do it again.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I loved it. Yeah, it was awesome.
But you had the baked-in excuse. So I wanted to ask you like,
I lost the bet.
I lost the bet. You're like,
yeah, but I didn't tell them I lost the bet 2 months ago.
yeah.
But then, so after I was done with it, I just went ahead and shaved it all off, and then ever since then, like my kids have never seen me with a set of hair. Or without.
But you have pictures with hair, and it looks, and you look good with it.
Yeah, I have it. That's what I'm saying.
Look, man, everybody looks good with it.
But you got to think about that shit.
But he wasn't in the
That's
situation
not
where
true.
he had to
That
shave
is
it.
not true.
Well, that is true. Like I said before we started rolling, like I got a big head, but the shaving it balances me out.
Right.
It really does.
Yeah.
Because before that, like if my kids see pictures, I was Daddy Big Hair.
Okay.
Right. That's what they call me, Daddy. Because I had the nice classic old school part from the side.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hardcore. No, but it's freeing because you get out of bed. You know, it's like you shave your head like every 2 or 3 days, but you know, it's like
You've got
you get
a
out
good
of bed.
remnant going though. You've got a very good remnant. Yeah.
Let it grow out just a little bit. And
I know.
Get this,
I can see. Yeah. No. I'm with you.
So that keeps me honest. That keeps me like whenever I can see the landing strip right here, then I'm like, okay,
well, and
I gotta shave.
And that's my advice. So as part of the community, right? That's my advice to all those young men that I see when I start seeing I know, we know.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I tell them, and this was the best advice I'd ever. Of course, I saw it 10 years after I had done it, but it was basically the second that you know the spot's coming and your dad's bald and your grandpa's bald, the second you see the spot, shave it then.
Just
like
accept
you
it.
did.
Yep.
Right? Do it on a bet. Hey, someone bet me I had to shave my head and I liked it. But because it's coming.
And you won't go back.
No, you won't go back. The efficiency of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen a bald guy that's doing it for, let's just say, like I am. I've never seen a dude go, man, I hate this shit. I can't stand.
I don't know. I don't. Some July days,
Nah.
I've been like, God, I wish I weren't
it don't
bald.
bother me. Cold or heat don't bother me. That's
Well,
It's
but
like,
you
when you get that burn.
No,
you will get the burn.
But this is the beauty of it, though. So when we were fighting the fight, is that we would. So you had the spot. What are you going to do? You're going to put that spot like right there and not get the rest of your hair all greasy and shit.
Yeah, no.
Now you just
burned. Yeah. Now you just like
you're rubbing it on your face and everything. So if it's just like a sunscreen discipline, that's all it is.
Yeah,
That's right.
I don't
Right.
do that. I don't use sunscreens because I don't want cancer.
I want cancer the old-fashioned way. I want the sun to give it to me. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want no man-made
don't want
products.
that.
I don't want no man-made
Damn the
cancer.
man.
Yeah,
If I get cancer, it's straight from God.
That's right.
And that brings us right into
oh no, it's time.
It's time for Conspiracy Crossroads.
Yeah.
Okay, this is good.
That's right. I feel like we should, for this episode, we should turn all the lights off and then Doc should just stand over me with a flashlight. I think that would be a good visual.
Maybe next time.
then he can't comment.
Yeah, I know, right?
Right. We just need to get a small spotlight that's real dim
I
behind it.
really
I'm
look forward
legitimately-
to this, like, part of that
I
episode.
truly am excited for this segment.
Yeah, so this one's out there, boys.
Because as y'all know, I'm involved in politics. So as you can imagine, I've met some friends, and I have some friends
no doubt.
who delve into the dredges.
You have to have those friends, man.
I mean,
they
You gotta
keep
have
life
those.
interesting.
I mean,
Well-
you do live in Wise County.
Well, but
Yeah.
if we're all being honest, where does it come from? It comes from a lack of trust in the authorities that, and by the way, that's scientific.
I
that's
100%
medical,
agree.
and it's legitimate because
Yeah.
like when we have a medical establishment which is proven to be untrustworthy. When we have now the government, I mean, come on, right?
But no, seriously.
now they're completely transparent.
Yeah,
I know, but there was
the
a point
government
in
and the
time.
corporations. But I repeat myself, right?
Yeah.
You know,
There was a point within American history that generally the citizenry trusted the institutions.
and that is the news. That's Walter Cronkite, the most trusted
Yes.
man in America. Right?
Yes.
and that's,
Yes.
and where was he? He was the head of the media, which is the least trustworthy now, as it
for
should
sure.
be,
Right.
As it
Right.
should be. So now this whole conspiracy
and the
it's-
CDC, like they
Oh,
were like,
dude.
they were the people that kept us alive from
Correct.
mass infection.
Correct.
It was, yeah.
And now we can't trust them, and for good reason. And that's
Right.
the thing is when you study the peer-reviewed scientific research
Yeah.
on the data, like when Fauci first said that the masks don't work, comes to find out he was telling the truth.
yeah.
right.
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 Imagine that.
And the guy, as remember, he was the science, and now he won't just to do what a normal person does and admit.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, my bad.
A normal person's not getting shadow funded by whatever.
Yeah, I was going to say he can't say, "Oh, hey, I was telling
No,
the truth."
that's
because
not
he's
right.
not-
That's
he's-
a conspiracy,
He's
right?
getting paid to not.
I mean,
say
is it a
that.
conspiracy? What have you heard from Fauci in the last 8 or 9
Where'd
months?
that dude go?
Bro,
No,
I
he's just kind of
fucking
conveniently
Love
got
this
quiet.
segment. This segment is the shit.
That's
But by the way, I'm not like all into the conspiracy.
That's what everybody says. It's like I'm not
Yeah.
racist, but
I'm not a conspiracy theorist.
I don't listen to Alex Jones. But
Yeah.
Hey, by the
But
way,
even that dude.
can we talk about his
Yeah.
batting average?
Yeah, because-
Sandy Hook,
Valid.
he boffed it.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
boffed it on Sandy Hook.
but everything else,
right.
He's at least got something
It
to
takes-
think about.
it
Wait a
takes
minute.
some
Wait a
time.
minute. You say he boffed it, but is it? Do we just not have all the facts yet?
Well, look, okay, I love this segment.
I
This is
know
great.
that. That's
Because
like-
when you
You're
first listened
treading
to that
on,
dude,
on dangerous territory.
right? Oh yeah, but listen,
why does it feel like you're treading on dangerous territory?
because they're mass shootings and it involves children.
yeah, it sucks.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But
So
listen,
exactly.
when you first heard that Holmes come out, what you think automatically? That's one crazy son of a bitch.
Oh yeah.
But then all of a sudden, everything he's saying, it's coming true, man.
Yeah.
Well,
You mean
right.
like who turned the frogs gay?
Yeah. Well,
Well, I don't know if the frogs are gay yet.
No,
but
dude.
No,
they
the
could
frogs
be.
are gay.
municipalities using astrazine in water supplies.
And,
Yeah.
and all the
Turning
females,
frogs gay.
right? And all the females with their birth control.
We should have had that
they're-
song queued up.
Yeah.
Oh God.
That's why I got those of us who live out here on the Lord's water.
That's
we
right.
get our water directly from the
From the
ground.
ground,
Well,
right.
The Lord's water might have had a dip or two in it from an oil company. So
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
worry about that, man.
yeah.
Dude, that gets a 454 running.
Hey,
so
it's-
we're good.
Yeah, and it's fine because both of them come from the earth, bro. It's okay.
Right.
yeah.
But
Oh, my
estrogen, I don't
gosh.
need that.
I want to
No,
pour him a nice glass of motor oil in.
Yeah.
I mean, it comes from the earth. Let's see how you do with that.
Yeah.
It'll clean you out.
But you're right. Like you look back on some Alex Jones and
like I said, his
Yeah.
batting average
Yeah.
is
It's
pretty
Not that
solid.
bad.
history
Not
is
that bad.
history is probably going to do him well.
Yes.
And
Or they probably won't.
No, they
because they'll
won't.
probably
They won't.
blacklist his ass. And
Oh,
They
yeah.
already have.
Yeah,
Because the
it's-
victor, because the victors write the history books,
Yeah.
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, for sure.
But yeah, but can we say though with this, and we're going to get to the thing, but I think that it's good to point out that regardless of what we think about either conspiracy theories, politics, whatever, disagreeing and being able to disagree
Yeah.
without being disagreeable,
Without,
how easy is that?
yeah,
Right.
Well,
That-
disagree and
that
being able to
should-
talk about it and not want to kill each other. That's
Right.
I mean, we don't have right now. We don't have in here any masked vegans with. I mean, it could get a little
Yeah,
hostile.
but I've been
No,
calling.
I forgot to tell you guys.
I've been calling for the vegan guest for a long time.
So tofu and the
Yeah.
benefits of tofu. Let me tell you.
And unfortunately, no vegan guest has joined us.
But
Yeah.
Yeah, until today.
but reach
Till-
out
till
to
now.
them.
Vegan?
Yes, I'm vegan.
Are you really?
I just said-
You say you smoke cigars. Nobody that smokes cigars is vegan.
It's a leaf.
Yeah.
No, but no, I'm not. No.
Okay,
Nobody
so if
smokes
you're
a-
vegan, call the doc line.
Right.
Nobody smokes a
Come
cigar
on,
and
please.
goes, God damn, I want a big fat salad right now.
Well, but I think we all, and again, you've got some acreage here, your family. Like I think we can all say that, like RFK Jr. says that. Look, whether you're vegan or not, we can all at least admit that there's some issues that we may need to have with industrial farming, right?
Right.
Now, don't get me wrong, I'll still eat it.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm trying to wean myself. I go to Wise Custom
Agreed.
Meats as much as I can.
That's same
No,
with us.
Agreed.
that's a place
Right.
we can all come together. Like, and that,
The meat market?
yeah, that absolutely, 100%. We can all come together there. We meat, steak,
Yeah.
cigars, and then
Yeah,
cook. Now you just need some grills out back.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, but
Cooks a steak.
that's all in agreement. But
Yeah, absolutely. So that's what I'm saying is like the slow process of the rolling out of COVID is everybody is really kind of finally rediscovering community and,
everybody we know.
and what your
Yeah.
community should and can and will eventually offer.
Yeah.
But ultimately, social media though is still going to, like, we've got to figure out how. So that's why things like this I
Valid.
think are important, right?
Yeah.
These like legitimately, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Because and this is what I tell people. So like in this room, there's no doubt you guys are bros for a long time. You don't agree on everything
Until one of them
No.
turns vegan.
until one of them says, "Get the fuck out!" Right?
Yeah.
But I tell people, it's like my wife and I. We've been married 25 years. We don't agree on everything.
No.
But does that? I mean, I don't even agree with myself on everything
it's
because I
not
don't
a-
have everything figured out.
Yeah. But you still love people for
That's
their
it.
humanity.
That's it, man. The
Right?
Imago Dei. We are made in the
Yeah.
image of God, man.
Yeah.
If we lose sight of that, and that's why it's so easy, to get on your phone and
Well, yeah, I think that's what ruined us as Americans, especially, is social media. You're safe when you're badgering somebody.
the keyboard
Oh, yeah,
warrior.
Yeah, because you can't walk up to somebody and
Without the fear of getting punched
punch
in the face.
Yes, exactly right.
Yeah.
No, well, and that's the thing. And okay, so y'all mentioned JBP earlier, right? So I've been following Jordan Peterson since the
2017.
I was actually 14 whenever the first trans thing
Yeah.
first came out.
Yeah,
And so
yeah.
that's whenever I first got exposed to him. I just stumbled onto him.
Oh, yeah.
And sorting yourself out, cleaning your room, all that
I
stuff.
mean, his message is important.
It's absolutely crucial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's interesting is that like I'm a Christian, I'm a Catholic. I believe this with the core of my being.
What? Catholic?
Oh yeah. Well, you want to go on the conversion story? Well, I'm drinking whiskey, aren't I? Come on, man. What are y'all doing?
Yeah, he's definitely not Baptist. He's drinking on film.
yeah.
Okay.
No, but whenever I heard this guy, I was like, okay, this guy obviously is a great communicator, and he is. He's a great communicator
Yeah.
of speaking the truth, and that's why, if y'all remember,
Yeah.
like back to my unsuccessful campaign, that was one of my things was speaking the truth in a world full of lies.
Yeah.
Because that's what we live in. And that's why I believe, and you and I talked about that, like speaking the truth, man.
Yeah.
You got to speak the truth.
Right.
And that's even little things, right? I mean, it doesn't matter how you used to think, oh, well, it's the big, it's the little things. You got to speak the truth in the little things.
Right.
Yeah.
But you got to be careful with that because even in your group of friends, you'll get known and ask me how I know. If you tell people the truth and they don't necessarily like it, they start calling you assholes.
Yeah. Or savage.
Well, but
name's
again,
Savage, bro.
but that goes back to being to disagreeing without being disagreeable. And
Right.
look, if you can
Yeah,
say that
valid.
and say, look, this is my place, but look, you can hold it. Now there are certain things. Let's figure out some things together.
Okay.
What is it that there's someone could hold an opinion on that you're saying, okay, we are no longer friends. We're no longer able to like. I
Vegans.
think
Vegans.
vegans.
That's where we draw the
We are
line.
hell bent on.
but like for real though,
Yeah.
I think.
But
that,
we do want to talk about it.
I think that an 8-year-old, blah blah blah, like a pedophile. That's obvious. Like, bro, you're out.
Done.
I'm gonna
Oh, yeah.
fuck you
Should
up.
be shot in
Yeah.
the face.
Thank you.
Yes.
Right. Like I said, the guardians of the children are at the chief every month. Right.
Oh, they're coming. Oh, I
So-
didn't know this.
No, they
Say-
were there
so-
tonight. Yeah.
So they're bringing their meetings there.
Absolutely.
So there are things you can't say or shouldn't be able to.
What?
That's interesting.
What?
No, I'm legitimately asking.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So
No, I don't think that's right. I don't think there's things that you can't say.
Well, you can't
I
say.
think there's things
yes,
that
there
you-
are valid things that you can't say. Like you can't say, "I'm going to go murder Doc." Okay, that's
Well,
pretty-
I mean, if you
pretty for
believe
sure
that-
we could, if we look deep enough, we would probably have
I'd like to know it. That's all I'm
recordings
saying.
of both of us saying that at some point in time.
Oh, definitely.
context is viable, right?
Yeah. So what I was going to say though is
Touche.
I don't think that there's something out there that you can't say. I think there's stuff out there that if you're going to say it, you have to be prepared to deal with the consequences.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Well, and that's true. And by the way, the Book of Proverbs is clear on that, right?
Mm-hmm.
A fool is the one who airs all his opinions, right? So that's there's certain things that we as men who are seeking to be wise in this great county, who is a fantastic name, right? Wise County.
That's right.
That we want to seek to be wise, and that's one of those, is that you don't just vomit all your opinions all the time.
Right.
Because there
Diarrhea.
are consequences. Right. The verbal diarrhea, man.
Yeah.
But at the same time, though, if you are asked to comply with something, back to the theme music, you are asked to comply with something of which you fundamentally disagree. It goes against everything that is within you, right?
For sure.
Then how do you deal with that? Do you compromise your integrity, or do you say, you know what, this is worth dealing with the consequence of it?
Yeah.
Right. And we all have to figure that out for ourselves.
I think
Comply. I think I'm feeling something like a vaccination, maybe.
That's part of it.
But-
Truly is. Yes.
But at some point, generally, people in our neck of the woods crossed the line and they said, okay, I'm done with this.
Yeah.
You know, but I was thinking, this is so weird you even bring that up, because I was thinking about this. Okay, in 1930s Germany, most people were Nazis, and most people in Germany hated Jews. I mean, this goes back to one of Jordan JBP's biggest, like conundrums. But yeah, like, how do you kind of assess yourself and say, okay, would I have been a Nazi?
Well, and I think that we all have to be honest with ourselves at that point, that's one of the good messages he has. So 12 ordinary men. So when you come into the chief right now,
isn't that on video now too?
Oh yeah. So when you come into the chief right now, you'll look on the table. There's a table I have with 4 books on it. One is the Gulag Archipelago.
Oh man, yeah, Solzhenitsyn.
Yeah. So when you have that, you have 12 ordinary men.
Yeah.
Which is the story of the not Nazi. But the German police brigade.
Yeah.
Right. And so you have to look at yourself and understand, what am I capable of? I could never. Oh, I could never. It's like, bro.
It depends on how popular,
I don't know.
how popular it is at the time.
When your son's holding a flashlight for you and he, and all those things, or whatever, right? Whenever something's going wrong and you feel that internal, whatever it is.
When your bros do it.
Right. Oh,
right? That's
yeah. Dude,
like 12 ordinary men, it's like,
why is it that whenever our and that is a good point, when our bros do something, like they're talking to their wife a certain way that maybe we talk to our wives a certain way.
Yeah.
They're treating their kids a certain way that maybe we treat our, and we're like, hey man, now. But that's why, because we see that in ourselves and we don't like that in ourselves. So when our buddy does it, we're quick to say, hey man, but we've got to be honest with ourselves.
Sure.
And think, that's me. But worse, right? And I'm capable of much worse. So if you go back to 1930s Germany, how capable are we of becoming a guard at Auschwitz, right? And I think that if we're honest with ourselves, you're very capable.
Very capable.
Yeah.
You're very capable.
History has proven that.
And here's what's so fucked up about it is that you say that and you say, hey, I was on the Whiskey Bros podcast listening, and these guys were talking about they want to be Nazi guards. It's like, no, bro.
Back it up a little bit and listen to the more context.
Context? Who cares about that, bro? I got a clip, 7 seconds.
So what
Make a TikTok.
So you mentioned you had, 4 seminal works out at the Chief.
Yes.
Okay, so the Gulag Archipelago, 12 ordinary men.
Yeah, and I need to get 12 rules.
12 rules. Agreed.
And then I've got I'm slipping on the name.
Brain farting.
Yeah, I'm brain farting on the name, but it's one that so I've got 4 videos that I recommend to people, and it's again Jordan Peterson, that he's interviewed people about climate change. Because by the way, I came from the energy industry.
Yeah, we're about to go down.
Oh boy.
Okay. And by the way,
we're gonna have to
cue the music.
Yeah, we're
again.
gonna have to play my theme music again because we're about to go off.
No, for real. So yeah, we'll get there. That's how we. That's
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to get something done.
Yeah, it's
here.
all,
my
it's
bad.
all
No,
in
no,
the.
no.
Yeah, what are you doing,
Yeah,
Chance?
it's
Go
all
on.
in the conspiracy realm, though, of what this is about to go down. So.
Well, and again, but it goes back to what we're talking about, though. Like now to be a so-called climate change denier, right? That's now you're a conspiracy. It's like, well, no, I'm not a conspiracy theorist.
No.
I'm studying the science.
Yeah.
And it's just like anything. It's just like with COVID.
Yeah, I
like
think
I'm
that-
studying peer-reviewed scientific research on the efficacy of aerosol-borne virus spread
Right.
and then the mass prevention of it.
Which
Yeah.
sadly you really have to do your diligence to find because it's suppressed and it's censored.
Well, that's another thing is it's weird how we've gone away from used to you could just say, hey, I'm studying the science, and people would be like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Let's dig into that. Now,
Bro, Fauci,
now
but
you-
Fauci said he's the science. So, I mean, you're
so
studying,
You don't study no more.
He grew up in Boston, you know? Yeah, no, but it's the same thing. So I was in the energy industry. So back, like, just
Yep.
throwback to the chief, you know, that was part of it. I was in that world. So I was in the lighting world. I was in the energy world. And I was being asked to sell net zero and ESG. How can we as a
Back
company?
then.
No, this is back then as in last Friday. Not this past Friday, but the Friday before last, which was my last Friday as an employee. Sell someone on how can we help your net zero initiative. She's like, you know what net zero means? That means zero carbon. You and I talked about that.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like net
It means
zero,
lots of poor people.
that means lots of death to
Yeah.
poor people,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then in your ESG scores, it's like environmental social governance.
Yeah.
That is literally a plan from Satan himself,
Right.
And I am not going to participate in it, right?
So do you think, okay, this is what I grapple with. Do you think most people are aware of even what ESG I mean,
No.
like that it's a thing.
Well, how many people
Right?
have you talked to that in their corporate jobs, they get the HR compliance videos, right?
Yeah.
Right? And
Yeah.
I got them too. I got
Sure.
them too, where I'd get these like if you want to comply with HR standards, you so let's say unconscious or inherent bias, right? So what does that actually mean? Unconscious bias or inherent bias means that, and the four of us fit the demographic: straight, white, Christian, male. So we are therefore by
That
default
sound kind of racist.
right. That's the point. Is that they would tell you is that you're unconsciously
I feel like I'm being stereotyped.
right.
Yeah.
You well, that's another thing.
Profiled.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you are now, because of that, you are now inherently racist. So I straight up told the company before the one I worked last, I was like, that was when it was first coming out. I was like, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I'm not doing your HR. And that, but here's my point: is that how many guys do?
Not very many.
No, most do. They'll check the box.
Oh, you're saying actually?
Oh,
I
do
thought
what
you
I
meant-
did? Yes,
do what
correct,
you
yes.
did. How many guys do it?
Absolutely.
No, not very many will.
Dude. I mean,
It's tough. It's tough because I took care of patients during
That's
COVID.
kind of the same thing you did, yeah.
Yeah. I took care of patients during COVID.
Are you? What's your occupation?
Physician, family physician.
Are you really?
Yeah. And so, who
I didn't.
worked for
I didn't
a company.
pick up
You
on
didn't, you didn't
the.
pick up
the
on
whole
the
like
doc
doc
you
reference.
just-
Yeah.
You just thought he ate a shitload of carrots.
I thought he was Bugs Bunny over here.
He's got tuberculosis. and-
No, I
He
I
had bug teeth as a kid.
Yeah,
you know?
that's why.
It got so stupid during
No, he's a
COVID. I
full-blown-
actually had to leave in institutionalized medicine. And so
No
that's whenever I
shit.
started my practice. But I had patients who, say, worked at Lockheed Martin
Yeah.
or worked for, large companies.
You name
and
it.
they were being told, it's like, okay, you have to get this COVID vaccine.
All right.
And that it was hard because they were literally, forced.
It was
Like-
forced compliance, and if you don't comply,
Yeah.
you're out on your fucking ass.
And I
Yeah.
did.
And your whole, you could end up in a
Right.
tent city because you didn't comply with a COVID vaccine.
Right. And I had patients
City, that's a good
who
way to
chose to get the COVID vaccine because they felt like their job was in jeopardy. And it was like, it was an issue for them,
Yeah.
but it wasn't enough of an issue that they were like, okay, I'm going to really put my job on the line. They chose to check the box.
Right. Well,
Right?
and you can't.
Yeah.
And by the way, I never judged anyone for that.
No, me
my
either.
wife.
Yeah.
Wife. So, like I said, whenever our kids went into public school, she goes into nursing school, and then COVID hits.
Yeah.
Boom. And so now, and I was like anyone who's at least, even elementarily aware of vaccines is that, well, they're not going to have a vaccine for like 5 to 10 years because that's the way vaccines work.
Yeah.
It takes a long
and then a year
time.
later, boom.
And then a year later, boom. And then boom, mandates.
Yeah.
So she was at the point where now she's doing clinicals.
Yeah.
And so, and you remember those days.
Oh yeah.
So now,
absolutely.
if you're in nursing school and the hospital at which you're doing clinicals says you have to have this or you can't get in, therefore all those 3 years, and you know the grind, man.
Oh yeah.
The grind of that school where you're going through it and you sacrifice so much to get to that point. So she gets to that point and she had to make a decision: am I going to get vaccinated or am I going to?
Right.
And by the way, I'm like balls deep in the campaign at this point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and there's no, at that time there wasn't a suitable like defense.
Nothing.
Right. It was like later on we started kind of really making use of like the religious exemptions.
The health exemption, you weren't getting shit on that.
No.
But the religious exemption, you could at least say, but here's the problem. As you know, if you had done any of the other vaccines, and you tried to file a religious exemption, it was like, nah, I'm sorry, you've already accepted all these, and these. So why are you religiously exposed?
Ordinary citizens didn't really have they didn't even have a path to rebel. I think the statistic that came out was like 90% of United States citizens didn't even have a month's worth of savings to live off of. Like they are living genuinely month to month. So you're up against a wall.
Right.
And I mean, I luckily we didn't have to make that choice,
right?
But I still really empathize with those that fucking did.
Well, that's why
if you don't have the money to say F you, man,
right?
Yeah. What do you do?
Well, and like I didn't have the money to do it, but I just was like, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, same here.
Well, but I'm weird like that, and I know, so that's why I don't.
It's like you stand on principle, like maybe to a fault, right?
To a fault.
Yeah. Well, stand on principles,
right? And I've always done that just by default. But then and like I said, I got exposed to Peterson like in 14.
Whoa. Yeah. What'd you just say? You gotta be careful what you say. Be careful what you say, bro.
I mean, you took it right in the mouth.
So I got exposed. I got exposed to Cockerson and
Peterson. Yeah,
just the tip.
That's where it starts.
But you start learning the importance of and the history of humanity, right? And that's what that's what I loved about what he did is that he studies the what not speaking the truth does.
Oh yeah,
and when you study communist Russia, you see what happened there.
Yeah,
when a world was surrounded by lies and liars, and in order to ascend the ranks, you had to lie.
Right, and it wasn't from the top down. It was the fabric of society.
Proletariat, man.
Yeah. But he had me listen to a lecture from a professor, a Marxist professor. I don't remember what university it was.
Yeah,
but I listened to the whole damn thing, and I wrote him back. I'm like, why the fuck did you send this to me? Why am I listening to this garbage? He goes, what do you think about it? I'm like, well, one, it really kind of seems like what's going on with everything right now.
Right.
And at the end of
the plan is happening.
Yeah. And at the end, this professor, this professor professes that the question he's broached with is, well, what do you do if people just don't want to convert to Marxism? And his answer is, you eliminate them.
Yep.
Well, and that's an ugly truth that people start because of course the appeal of Marxism to the proletariat is that it's for us, for the working man. It's like no, it's not. It's a power game.
Yeah.
That's why what we see now with postmodernism and that weird blending.
It carries a Gnosticism.
Correct.
That there's some better way. We've been oppressed.
Correct. Oh, that's the whole game. Is the oppressor and the oppressed. So when you divide all people into that, and by the way, like I said earlier, we are straight, white, Christian males, where there is no more oppressive regime than us. But if you're white, you oppress black, brown, whatever. If you're straight, you oppress gay trans, people. Whatever. If you're Christian, you oppress, and that's why the whole Palestine-Israel thing is such a trip. Yeah, because you're
they're the Zionist kind of story message.
But it's all a power game with these people. Yep. And so it doesn't matter. There is no right, and this is an interesting thing, is because it's not about right and wrong. Because in order to have right and wrong, you have to have an objective source for your moral values.
Right.
And if you don't have God, what is the grounding for your? And that's one thing that JBP has always struggled with. Although he's obviously very sensitive to where we are on this.
Right.
But at the end of the day, the atheist does have that problem because if you ground your values in evolution And I'm not saying evolution is true or false. You know, I'm probably lean more theistic evolutionist.
Can you get into that a little bit? Because you're hitting on a massively important point. Is that it's like, what does it mean to actually value or have a grounding of any type?
Well, when we're talking about morals, I think that's what it comes down to, right? So when we talk about morals, did those evolve? Well, wait a minute. I mean, you can't explain why it's good.
Yeah.
Because there's
or you can, if it evolved, you can say that it's not really, that there's no realness to it, right? There's no actuality to our morality.
Yeah, well, and because whenever you have a morality that is solely deduced from evolution, well, then at that point, it's survival of
the fittest. It's a game of power.
Now we're back to where we just started, right?
Yeah.
So therefore, that's why communism is inherently atheist, inherently, right? And one of the first institutions they seek to destroy is religious institutions, religion, because that takes the power from the state. Because you understand that the state's one thing, but at the end of the day, I'm accountable to the creator of all of us, right? And that's why it's simple things like good and evil. Right? Like, well, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by good? And who gets to define good? Who gets to define evil? Right? Why is it that killing a child is evil?
Yeah.
If it furthers the species, and you can make a rational case that it could further the species to kill a 2-year-old.
I mean, the Chinese did.
Right. And that's why, and what does that do? It goes against our core, like we know it.
Right.
There's something about it that we know. And again, we go back to the Imago Dei. That's the image of God imprinted within us. That's our conscience, that we know this is wrong.
Yeah.
This is wrong. So back to the conspiracy theory music. I know you had a point.
Oh, no. I was going to say,
boy, that was a rabbit hole.
That was fun, man.
Simplified, your
like
statement simply is, if you have a deity in the way, you can't worship your heads of state or your
100%.
state.
Because,
but
here's the thing.
let me go against the grain here. I'm not an atheist, but I'm an agnostic.
Okay.
But I don't worship a motherfucker out there. And I can't stand even, man, there is so much celebrity, politician, elected official worship out there in this country that is has a high demographic of religious people.
So what I think Chad would ask is,
I mean, he's right here. He can ask me.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So this is me putting a question in Chad's language, maybe to further legitimize the question.
3 layers
itself.
deep into Inception.
Yes, I like this. Okay. Wow. I'm getting a little too worked up here.
Yep.
Oh, good.
Okay. So where do you get your sense of good and evil?
Mainly from your parents.
I mean,
where do you get that felt
What's
sense?
indoctrinated in you in your raising for sure, but
that felt sense.
But what about, I don't know. I can't really tell you that. My own observation could be skewed from, I'm Mr. A and Mr. B over here could have a completely different observation.
But what about the culture that believes that in order for my crops to come in
this
fully,
is circling back around hardcore.
We must sacrifice a 14-year-old virgin
or whatever, right?
So, how do you not become the Nazi?
How do you say they're wrong is the point, right?
Right.
I would just tell them that murdering other people is wrong.
I know at some point.
But they're not murdering them. Yeah. They're killing them. They're offering them. Right,
Yeah, they are offering it. If the person is voluntary, I mean, okay, fine. You want to voluntarily get sacrificed? That's your call, not mine.
I know.
But what about the parent who voluntarily sacrifices their kid?
Well, that's fucked up.
14-year-old.
Yeah, but where do you get that sense? And maybe it is. I'll even provide an answer. Maybe it's like, there's something in us that says, okay, what if that were my
there's an instinctual mode of self-preservation, and you would hope that carries on to your peers around you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So instinctiveness.
But self-preservation is not a foundation for morals, though. I mean, it can't be. Because that leads
in the preservation of life. In the preservation of life, I would think that it is.
But where does altruism come from? That's the age old.
That's not true.
All human life.
You don't believe all human life should stay alive?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Define.
I can promise you, the first 40-year-old that comes and kisses your daughter on the mouth,
And he's a vegan.
Oh yeah,
and he's a vegan,
He's a Colorado man bun,
yeah.
cloud vaping.
all of a
vegan.
sudden,
pedophile.
all human life does not matter to
Yeah,
you.
no.
anymore.
Well, no way, he's a pedophile. Fuck it.
There are exceptions.
We're all in agreement on that.
all human life matters until you have the few exceptions
Until,
that
yeah.
you just know they don't need to exist.
Well, I think that's where the weird thing when
But what if you're in a tribe where pedophilia is
Right.
a thing?
Well, and
Cannibalism is a thing.
correct. But I would say I've got a clear answer for that,
Yeah.
right, as to why that's wrong.
Yeah, you say, my God says.
I've got my clear answer right here for people that want to come around.
And then we're back to the power.
yep, power.
But that doesn't have an 80-round clip in it, as Kamala and them would say.
I mean,
right?
obviously,
So,
you don't need an 80-round clip to kill a deer.
Trust
well,
me.
obviously, they're
when it comes
not
to
a clip.
pedophiles, pedophiles, I will make my shot count. Give me 10 rounds, give me 30 rounds, I will make my shots count.
By the way, do y'all remember when you found out that it was called a magazine versus a clip? Like, I remember growing up in the
Valid.
80s.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It was all a clip.
Clips, yeah.
It was
It was clips. Now, do y'all...
And they
There's
were
always-
because you were dealing mostly with bolt action rifles. And
Well, I'm
and-
not that old. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like but the clips were literally like when we watched Band of Brothers, pop, 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 bing.
Yeah.
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 So yeah.
But back to your point, I think instinctually there's a mode of self-preservation that exists in all of us. Even if we were brought up from the dirt and we didn't even have a language to convey the morality of the expectations of moralities amongst humans. I would want to help my brother, Unknar, defending our
And you just like came out.
Can you
like,
spell-
out of thin
can you
air.
spell-
I'm trying to think
Unknar.
Unknar.
Can you
I'm trying to think
spell
Stone
that
Age.
name real quick, please?
Before the will, I mean before
Captions aren't
fire.
picking that up, are they?
But I get what you're saying. It's like
Your expectation is your own survival and to help your peers, your brethren, and your tribe survive as well.
Well, but those are different things, though. Survival of yourself and survival of your tribe are totally different things. So the nobility in sacrificing yourself, not
yes,
just
the
not,
altruism. That's
right? Not just. I mean, everyone understands sacrificing yourself for your offspring. Everyone gets that, which we as parents all get.
But
that.
for your neighbor.
For your enemy.
Except that one lady that drowned her kids.
Wow,
in the
that's
lake.
deep. That's deep.
And what did Jesus say?
You're exactly right.
That's why I always say when Jesus said, if someone, the hardest teachings of the Lord Jesus Christ to me are, I mean, one, of course, lay down your life and be willing to take up your cross daily and follow me.
Mm-hmm.
But with that means if your enemy, right, if he takes from you your cloak, what do? Give him your cloak. You give him your cloak also. So if someone takes your car, you give him your house also. How many of us as professing Christians have truly followed that? We want to go to that.
Right.
You're not taking my house.
You're not taking my car.
Yeah.
You're not taking my trapper keeper, bro. You
I
know?
think that's extremely valid question.
But what did he say? Right?
Right.
If someone takes from your coat, give him your cloak also.
Yeah.
Or your whatever the
Yeah, whatever those were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coat and shirt.
Yeah.
Let's go with
your
that.
tunic. It's your
Yeah, yeah.
tunic
Just
and
for
your cloak.
simplicity's sake, we say turn the other cheek.
Okay, so then
Correct.
What is the
Someone slaps
lesson?
you when you're right.
What is the lesson there? For what benefit?
For the
So-
benefit of everybody.
Yes, and that's where we talk about like the tribe,
Mm-hmm.
and again, I think that Jordan Peterson does a great job communicating this. Is that our actions have an impact, not just right here, but like the whole butterfly effect thing. It's real,
Yeah.
right? Like so, the little bit of good that you do in this world matters.
Yeah.
The little bit of bad that you do in this world, it matters. A little bit of apathy and laziness, the sins of omission and the sins of commission. The things that we do and the things that we don't do matter. Everything about it matters.
Right.
And so why do we do those things? Well, that's where, I mean, you and I we could have some good conversation.
Oh, yeah.
You could be a really
Totally.
good preacher.
Well, that was what I mean.
But if you were
but I'm
a
Catholic
preacher,
now, so
you would be a
Yeah,
really
you
good,
can't be- you can't be a
relatable
preacher, bro.
The problem is
A
only
pastor.
Christians listen to preachers.
a priest.
Yeah.
Well, I can't be. Before I
Priest, Catholic's priest, right?
Priests.
Well, it's funny. Like one of the priests who welcomed me into the church was Monsignor Hart, who is the chancellor, the moderator of
Wait,
the
wait,
Curia.
wait, wait, wait.
I knew you were going to stop him on that point. How did I know that?
I think I heard that too.
I'm gonna need
Yeah.
to slow down that name real quick. Say
Yeah,
it one more time.
Monsignor.
Okay. So Bishop Olson is the CEO.
Yeah, that's not
Monsignor Hart was the CFO.
No, wait.
Hart.
No, Hart.
What's the last part?
Hart?
His last name is Hart. Yeah,
Heart.
H-A-R-T.
Okay.
Yeah, the beating
See, I was
heart.
going. You know where I was going.
Oh,
I
yeah,
knew
yeah,
exactly
yeah.
where you're going.
It sounded like hard the first time you
Yeah,
said it.
yeah.
Oh no, Monsignor Hart. Look, that's a holy man, dude. Let's just be careful.
There's a lot of those out there.
No. Monsignor's a good man. So,
Yeah,
so
I
he's
know.
actually an Anglican convert. He came in under John Paul II before there was an ordinariate for the Anglicans to come into full communion with Rome. So he was one of the first married priests that came in, right? So I before I became Catholic, so I studied my way into the Catholic Church.
Which is interesting.
Well, a lot of the converts who convert from Protestantism to
Catholicism.
they usually do it academically. It's a study of history. It's a study, and now Episcopalians and people who are basically like Catholic light. A lot of them, they married, or you got.
I've never heard that term, Catholic light, but
That's what
it's a very good term.
you get it, right?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
totally.
Yeah. Lutherans, they've already got a liturgy. They're kind of like that. So that's what that was. But before then though, so I was a leader in the youth group. I preach. So I preach from a pulpit that has now been used to preach the most anti-Catholic messages in the country. I won't say the name of the organization. People who know me know. So is that back in Georgia? And But I originally I thought, and I told one of the local Wise County evangelical ladies that I thought I was called to be a preacher. She's like, whoa, use the word call. And I was like, well, I thought I was,
Yeah.
Turns out I wasn't, Turns out I'm like Catholic and drinking booze.
Well, maybe your path
cigars.
Your path hasn't come to
yeah.
an end.
No, it hasn't. And
Perhaps that was the beginning. But
and being clergy amongst the people. It's like, do you have to have a church to be clergy?
Dude, thank you. So now you've been to the chief.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
again,
at least one of us has.
God.
Yeah.
The broken record is back.
Squawk! My guys haven't been to the chief. Squawk!
Hey, don't get your feelings hurt.
No, I'm fine.
Because we had the same thing about the other cigar lounge.
Yeah.
I was the only one that went.
Hey, look, some of us are social, some of us aren't.
I know.
I went to the other cigar lounge. I'm coming to the chief.
After I made y'all.
You didn't make me.
Yeah,
No,
I made you
no.
feel bad on the
No
podcast.
guilt.
You
No
didn't
guilt.
put on a 300 blackout at my head and say, "Come to Arizona Zion."
No,
You're not gonna
because-
have to
Yeah,
with
with
the
no
chief
clip
either.
because you didn't have a clip in it, right? Yeah. No. So when you come to the chief, you'll know. Like it's very clear. So the top of the chief logo is the Chi-Rho, right?
Yeah.
It's a Chi-Rho with the Alpha and Omega, and a lot of people ask, like, what's this P and an X, right?
Yep.
So that's the Chi-Rho. That's an early Christian symbol of Christianity. Chi-Rho, the first three letters or first two letters of Christ. So yeah, when you come in, and like you said, that's what So I'm closed on Sundays. That's why whenever you said we film, because you invited me, thank you, my brother.
Yep.
And whenever you invited me, you said, well, just so happens I'm closed on Sundays. We record on Sundays. I said, perfect. I can do it because I close on Sundays, man. I'm not true at Kathy, and this ain't Chick-fil-A, but I'm closing on Sundays. One, I got to stay sane.
Dude,
I believe in that.
that's what
right?
you should do at the other end of your building. Open a Chick-fil-A there. Jeez.
Dude,
Not a joke.
Not a joke.
not a joke. Y'all seen the lines, right?
Yeah.
But to your point, Doc, that's exactly my point is that, and people think that's weird, is that, okay, you opened a cigar lounge that serves alcohol. I'm like, well, wait a minute. Well, what was the first miracle that Jesus performed?
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, I'm just being real.
Yeah,
And by the way,
that's a weird argument, is because
That was
no. Well, no. But when you read the story in John chapter 2, like what actually happened? So the master of the ceremonies, the father of the bride, has the wedding, and he says, when all have drunk and have their fill, then they run out of wine. And he says most people serve the good wine first, and basically when people, and I'm extremely paraphrasing, and most people when they're shit faced, then they get the cheap wine. But you,
I mean, we do the same thing.
have right,
Yeah. You start with the good, and then you
Now I got Evan Black. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. No, and that's
Canadian mist.
oh,
Yeah, you're going
touche.
plastic bottle on it.
I'm not.
My
I'm
man
never
knows.
that drunk.
That
knows.
was Doc's go-to for a while.
Yeah.
Sober at that.
But yeah,
Yeah.
to your point, that's what so as me as owner, proprietor, and the guy who runs it, I'm trying to use this as a way of ministering to people. I truly do.
Yeah.
I mean, I truly do, man. And it's not just because you're my boy, man. Everyone, you've seen it. Like everyone who comes in, shake their hand.
Yeah.
I talk to them.
Yep.
Man, I want people to come in and know. And by the way, and that is one thing I've thought about. I'm serving alcohol to somebody.
Yeah.
So if I start getting the guy who's coming in, and this is just a message to anyone who's listening. If you start coming in and you're an alcoholic and you're coming in and this is the place that you're going, I'm not the place for you, bro.
Yeah.
So this is all making sense now. That the first time I went into his joint, he walked me into the humidor and he's like, "Hey, brother, you got anything you want to get off your chest?" that's where this was coming from. I thought he was just being friendly.
No, man, it's love, brother. That's it, man.
He's trying to
That's
convert me.
I like an excerpt from the short story that you sent me a long ass time ago called
Yeah.
The Egg.
Man,
The Egg.
that's a great story.
It's inspired by an NDE, a near death experience,
Which are pretty amazing.
pretty amazing. Yeah,
My
and
wife's
there's
a hospice nurse, and there's some interesting
yeah.
stories.
Oh yeah,
I've had two of those, and they weren't amazing.
said
at all.
goodbye to a lot of my family members on the male spectrum the last 5 years. So
Oh yeah, welcome to the club. By the way, we
yeah,
forgot to tell you
yeah.
we actually have a club, a
the Dead Dads Club,
Dead Dad's Club.
except for this asshole.
Except for
not
this,
part of
asshole.
this
He'll rub it
privilege.
in.
It's okay,
Yeah.
dog. It's
Privileged
not a good
asshole.
word, bro. Yeah,
You know.
Yeah,
I'm
your dad privilege over
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, I'm in the business
But
of
the
life extension.
two guys coming on next week. Both of them lost their
yeah.
father. So yeah,
Shit,
it's
I'm gonna
a
be
big.
the
It's unfortunately
Loner then too.
It is, right.
unfortunately a big fucking club.
Right, it is.
But a great support system.
Right,
Because
exactly. We get it.
Losing a parent is a different death than your grandparents or friends. Or I mean, I say friends. I haven't lost any of you fuckers yet. I don't know how to take it. I hope I'm on your life insurance policies.
Don't bank on it, bro.
Anyway, so the excerpt from this short story, which was inspired by a near-death experience, was this person dies. They go and meet, I guess would be the gatekeeper at this point, which is
St. Peter.
Yeah, St. Peter. And they're having a conversation, and they ask about their family, and St. Peter says, "Well, I'm glad." A lot of people don't even ask about their family, and they're glad. And then they bring up, "Well, which religion was right?" And there's a pause, and the statement is, "All of them." All of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except veganism.
Not true. But that's yeah. But do we? And again, it goes back to that Imago Dei, right?
Right.
So and there's no doubt about it that most religions in the world there is a common bond where there's certain values that definitely line up, right? But they're still within a religious framework,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
And they are.
There was another near death, and this may have been the inspiration, but a lady that was giving her testimony, and she asked whoever
Look at the
she was
agnostic,
speaking
man.
with.
The agnostics throwing out testimony, man.
She was
yeah.
even asking whoever she was communicating with about people that go to heaven, and the response was everybody. She goes, even Hitler, and the response was, "Yep."
I know. Why is it so hard to accept that could
Be a reality.
be a reality?
I don't know, because that's
justice.
Yeah, justice. I think
we
you're
have an
right.
inherent feeling. We have
Yep.
an inherent sense and is properly grounded of justice,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That evil is judged.
Yeah.
That's why look, we all know it. When you're scrolling through your reels or your TikTok, y'all are on
Yeah.
TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
I'm old school on reels.
But how many people?
Facebook.
When you're
Reels.
scrolling, have y'all seen the one?
Oh my God, that's so
Full-
1 year
full
ago.
circle.
We have the reels.
Full circle here. How many of the population in 1930s Germany thought that was evil?
100%, right?
Yeah.
That's exactly the point, right? So, but let's just say right now, so when you're scrolling through and you see, and we've all seen the video, I hope you have, of that one guy who's back there, he's dumping cigarettes, and then all of a sudden these Indian dudes who've had enough, and they come out with the stick and they just beat the shit out of this guy who is robbing them blind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we
Yes.
and
I've seen that. Yes.
it's so great, dude. And you wanted to nod in. And we're sitting here rooting on someone who's literally getting
Getting their
beaten with it.
shit beat
Just
out of
getting
them.
beat down.
Yeah.
But why is that? Because we saw the minute and a half of this dude saying, "Hey man, fuck y'all," and he's loading up his stuff.
Yeah.
He's literally robbing them blind. And yet we have that inherent sense of justice. That's why that video doesn't get blocked.
Yeah.
right? Because we know. But now, however, in this topsy-turvy world we live in, the guys who did that, it's like questionable. Are they going to get prosecuted for assault?
Right.
But that's the world we live in now, where kids can chop their dicks off, and and it's noble.
Yeah,
I don't want to go down that. Did we ever?
Oh man, that's a deep path,
we can't go down that one.
Did we ever cover the conspiracy theories?
We didn't. We just created a whole nother one.
I know. Like, okay, didn't you have like
you got a guy who ran for office? Bro,
oh yeah,
you know?
yeah, for sure.
All right, we've got to go live here.
Yeah, we got to do a little special.
Yeah,
we haven't gone live.
Yeah,
No. So we have
you be taking? Okay.
No, we have
So
a giveaway that we have to do.
How do I turn this camera around?
Is this what you've been trying to figure out for the last hour? Is
Yes,
how to go?
yes.
We're going live in 3,
Live?
2, 1. Okay, it's a live broadcast.
And we're
now.
live.
Yeah.
Live with the Whiskey Bros and our special guest tonight on the podcast, Mr. Chad Miller.
God dang, look at Chancey's bleeding over there, bro.
Oh, dude, he got after it.
I'm bleeding out.
That's
But
from us
hey,
working.
so anyways, it's
that's
time to
impressive.
do our first giveaway from our sponsor, Atrantil. There's the month and a half.
How'd you say that?
Atrantula.
Atrantula.
There is the month and a half supply of the 60-30 challenge. Go from a 1-star shit to a 5-star shit.
5-star shits.
So
Is that really one of the lines?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah, we
everybody
created it.
I can't zoom in.
Dude, can
Everybody-
you make that like spin a little faster?
Well, I'm going to.
Well, it's
as
going
soon
to
as I
when it
click
clicks
on
it.
Oh,
But
okay.
this is
So
everybody.
that's everybody's
that's-
names for sure.
Yeah, that's liked and shared and followed the page.
Thanks a lot, Facebook, for making that hard.
No kidding.
Jeez.
So all right, here we go. We're gonna find out
Spin it.
who won
Oh,
tonight.
those shells.
Hey,
We have a single viewer. Hi, whoever that viewer
Hey.
is. Oh, okay,
that's
here
probably
we go.
Chris
Spinning-
or Chavez.
Spinning the wheel.
Oh yeah, that's
Spin
quite a
it.
bit
We
faster.
should have had Doc
Win it.
do a drum roll.
Who's gonna win it?
J-Rob!
Rob!
Hey!
Oh, that's my girl right
That's
there.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Freaking Jen Rob is the winner.
Dude, with
That's my girl.
claps. Gotta love that.
All
Yeah.
right.
That was
Okay.
classy, man.
Yeah.
It was classy.
That was
right?
classy. It was fun. Okay, well
I
that's
should have
it.
had you do a drum roll though.
From the live
Next time.
broadcast of the Whiskey
Okay.
Bros.
Next time.
We're gonna drop tonight's episode tonight. The video will drop tomorrow, and
It's freaking fantastic.
Dude,
so you gotta check it out.
we've broached a lot of subjects tonight.
Yeah.
You know what's so cool about like that right there? Like if you would have asked me, back in the homeschool days, how many of those people you know?
I know all those
No,
people.
I
on
know.
that with.
Bro,
I know, but
dude,
back in the homeschool
I'm
days,
talking about me, bro. Of course you know them. Now, I'm like legit. That's just cool as shit.
Yeah.
All right.
yeah, it's cool.
Those are good people.
Signing off.
That's right.
Adios.
Good night.
God bless.
Go see Chad at the Chief. The
Chief.
287
My man, bro.
old AT&T
Yeah.
store.
Yes,
No
sir.
sign yet, but
No
you know the
sign yet.
place.
It's coming
It's
this week.
coming.
Okay, so I want some conspiracy.
Yeah, well,
Okay, so
Yeah,
we
it's
went
time.
down way rabbit hole, and I've been holding on to this ever since. But when we were back, God dang, it seems like 2 hours ago. But
this has been fun.
it has
been.
guys.
Yeah,
It's
really
been
has.
really good.
so when we were
Yeah.
talking about people getting the vax and all that jazz, the
Yeah.
greatest freaking clip I think I've ever seen in my life to this day. Still, it was great, and I whether you got it or not. I feel sorry for the people that had to get it.
Right.
I think I probably would have fought them, but I don't know because we screwed up and had kids. So that's where it gets really, really hard. Like if it was just me, I'd say I probably wouldn't even pay taxes right now.
Man, when there's
But
kids involved,
I know it gets crazy.
you got
Yeah.
sacrifices you got to make, man.
But they interviewed the great Ted Nugent.
the news.
I don't know if y'all have seen this clip, but it's freaking hilarious because they asked him and they was like, "So you're telling me everybody that got vaccinated was something?" I don't remember. And he goes, "Yeah, I agree 100%." And he goes, "Well, what would you say to those people?" And he goes, "Okay." And I'm talking about looks dead in the camera. And I mean, he's like, "I will talk to those people now accordingly." And he just goes, "Bah."
I did. That was on Joe Rogan, I think, wasn't it?
No, it was he did it on some, it was like an interview, like on the news interview. It was amazing.
Yeah.
But anyways, so
But you can't ostracize the people that did get vaccinated.
No, it's my wife, bro. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Like I said, that's
I think
why-
that goes back to you can.
true.
You just got to take the consequences or be called a dickhead or savage, one of the two.
Yeah. It's like
Now, that's a
people
good
had some
point.
real shit on the line,
Yes.
you know?
Yeah, for sure. That's why I said I would fight them till I was dead if it was just me.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have to say, and you can get the hardest person up here with two girls and go, sorry, you're not eating for a month because I fought the man and quit my job.
Yeah.
Well, but you know
Right.
how it is, Heath. Man, there's like
It was
I'm
so tough.
well, right, and I think that we have to understand that whether we want it or not everybody is wired to the point that they're willing to go to the gallows.
Right. Yes.
I mean,
okay.
You're willing to go to the gallows.
Yes.
Right? And that means your children losing a father, your wife losing a husband, your mother losing a son, whatever. Mm-hmm. You're willing to go meet your maker. Right. Most importantly, obviously, it's like I'm willing to die.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, but some of us are just kind of wired that way, man.
Yep.
We're kind of crazy like that, man.
Yeah.
We're willing to do it, and we're willing to die. And what is the hill on which we're going to die on?
Well, also, it's a whole lot, sort of like your big jump to drain your funds to open the Chief.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to take that first jump. It's easy to sit back here in the AC studio that I'm in right now going, I'd fight them until I was dead. Now, I think I probably would.
Right.
But
I hope you would.
it's easier. It's hard to take that first giant step.
Correct. Yes, it is.
Yep.
And we still haven't got to the point of the
Still haven't got to the conspiracy. Yeah.
I need to play the whole conspiracy.
Yeah, we're gonna have to start it all over
and figure out which hill you're gonna die on.
I've got a lot of them.
Right.
Man.
I know
it's a problem, bro.
I know.
It's
a
easy for
problem,
me.
man.
It's only about 200 yards that way.
Right. Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna go down this conspiracy crossroads
we are.
hole.
Yeah, here it is.
All right, hit my music.
I don't have it pulled up anymore.
Dang it. Anyways, so
that was like 40 minutes ago.
I know.
Can I make a plug real quick
Yeah,
for the
you can.
blood oath?
Absolutely.
For the blood oath.
Yeah.
Do you like that?
That I have no vested. It's not served at the Chief.
What'd you get with
Sure.
the part one, two?
I don't
or
know
one?
what
Is
I
it-
got.
If that's the one sitting out there,
This
it's
is
packaged.
right there.
That's the
Part
one.
2, the best one.
Yeah.
Yeah, two is the better.
I'm not knocking any of the. I'm just saying.
So you haven't tried the one yet. So after you get done, we'll knock the one down and see
Let's
which one you
slow
like
down,
better.
Heath. Let's come on. I'm going neat here, brother.
It's pretty good though, right?
I don't have the big rock like you can get at the Chief. You know?
That's right.
What? Wait.
Oh, is it okay for me to do this now? Can I look at this? Because I know.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
good.
you're gonna need to see the pictures.
Yeah, you're good. All right, Savage. Take
All right,
it away.
so tonight's conspiracy crossroads is. Let me pull up my notes. Sorry, I wasn't ready because
You're supposed to follow up.
we
with
went
have you seen this? Have you heard this?
Have
You
we
know
seen
about
that,
this?
Sherry? The God dang, where's that? I'm lost.
Come on, man.
I'm sorry. Oh, here we go.
Stalling.
Are the people from the Challenger mission still alive?
What?
100%
No.
The people that
100% no.
blew
Bro.
up in midair?
I didn't
Huh?
realize that was a thing. Is that
Oh,
one?
that's a thing. Watch.
Is it really?
Oh yeah.
Really?
So there's the boom right there.
But
so
maybe
this. So
they
Francis Richard
Wow.
Scobie is on the
Wow.
left. That's the guy that died.
Hold on, I got to pull that up.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Right there. That's the guy on the left is the guy that died.
Now, this is back in 84 or 86. What was it? Challenger 86?
Six.
Yeah, I think
believe.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the guy on the left there in that picture is.
1,000 trees.
Yep. Well, don't read that yet.
Okay.
So Francis Richard Scobie. Okay. And then this is the guy that they're. So that's today. Richard Scobie.
Mm-hmm.
They're saying that's the same guy. And he is the CEO of Cows and Trees. Wait a
man.
minute.
Wait.
Look at the next picture. This is the logo for his business. What's that remind you of?
It looks like a.
So the picture on the left is his logo. The picture on the right is a picture of the spaceship blowing up.
That is impressive. That is, dude.
They do look
Hey, wait.
strikingly
Wait,
similar.
we're not done.
Oh, my God.
Even the bridge of the nose.
Yeah,
and
wait,
the,
we're not done.
yeah.
Just go to the next page. Go to the next picture.
It is an uncanny resemblance. I mean,
Yeah,
Definitely.
that is.
All right, which picture am I
It
opening
doesn't matter.
up?
Blow it up, and then I'll go to mine because I can't
Okay.
see it on the TV. But yeah, just pop one of them up.
God.
I've never heard this one.
I don't know, right?
When are we going to
See,
get somebody to
right now
manage-
you're shaking the faith of conspiracy theories.
Okay,
You know,
so
it's
you're on
like
that one.
people
Okay,
are going to
look at
hear
that.
this
Yeah,
shit
okay,
and they're
so-
like,
so look at this
okay,
one.
conspiracy theories are wrong.
The guy on the left is the guy that supposedly died.
Oh, my God.
Guy on the right is the guy.
Not the same guy.
I don't know. He's just
No,
older
nose
and
is
fatter.
different. Eyes are different. No, not the same guy.
All right.
Now, this can be explained because we all have doppelgangers out there. I mean,
Okay.
there's
With the
people
same
that looks-
names.
So
Look at all their names.
Okay, maybe that's
Go to
all-
the next one.
Hold
Go to
on,
the-
hold on.
No, you can talk later. Go to the next one. If we don't, we'll never get through this. Go
You're
to the
right.
next picture.
Thank you for
I
the
know.
discipline.
All right.
Thank you for the
Yep.
discipline because
Okay.
I'm about to.
Oh, I know. We're
Yeah,
about
I
to
know.
go down another
Here
hole.
comes the next
All right,
one.
Look at this guy. Where are we at? Let me get to him.
These last two out of
Ronald
three.
McNair on the left is the one that died. Carl McNair is on the right. They're saying that's
brother
the
of
Well,
Ronald.
of course,
Yeah.
it's his brother.
same brother, of course. All right, go
Not
to the
the
next
same.
one.
Ronald or Carl does not have the same teeth as Ronald.
He does not. He got a gap inserted.
Yeah, but
because
that's
what he did.
that's now. And that was when he was 19.
That's a 19-year-old?
You don't develop a gap in your teeth.
Bro, that ain't a 19-year-old.
I'm just throwing out numbers.
I mean,
there.
it's
I don't know.
19.
This was
Yeah.
1984. This is 2023. All right, here we go.
We're still on the same Challenger. Those are all Challenger.
These are the people that died supposedly
Or
in the
did they
Challenger.
die?
Or did they?
Wait,
Okay.
was the Challenger like the 1980s?
Yeah,
It's the one that
or was it
the one that all of us.
2000 and-
Yeah.
No. The one that exploded over Texas? No, this is the one that when we were all in
It had the school
elementary
teacher in it.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Endeavor was the one.
Astronaut Judy Rensnick, Professor Judith Rensnick.
No, they got to do better than that.
No,
But
different eyes.
they're even saying
Dude, sir, you're putting the N before the S. The S comes before the N.
Resnick. Sorry.
Yeah.
I may have been drinking. I'm just saying. All right, go to the next one.
Ask him how to say Vietnamese.
Vietnamese.
Nuclear.
Go to the next.
Nuclear.
And canceled. Go to the next one. What we got? I think we only have one or two more pictures. Go.
That's impressive.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go.
You got to
How'd you
remember,
find
like
this one?
some of the shit
Sharon
can be
something.
some of this can be deliberately done by AI too.
Well, it can, but it's all over the place. It's
Deep fakes,
this is
AI.
not new.
Okay,
I mean, we're conspiracy. All of it could be deep fakes,
thank you,
AI.
thank
I mean,
you.
come
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
I'm just.
that's definitely not the same person.
You don't know that, bro.
Yeah, you don't know that. How
I
do
can
you
look
know
at
How
the
do you
pictures
know
and
that?
tell you that's not an aged
That's
version
not-
of this lady.
It could
Yeah.
be. It could
Maybe
be.
it's the same name.
You don't know.
But
It's just weird. All their names are the same. Did we get all through them?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
Okay,
we got
that-
through the Challenger.
That was out there.
no.
bro.
There's this douche.
Oh, yeah. See?
See, Michael J. Smith.
May
Michael
he
J.
rest in
Smith,
peace,
yes.
by the way.
Or maybe
Yeah.
he's not.
Douche.
Yeah. Professor.
Gosh.
Wow.
He's a professor.
Well, unless we're talking about
Obviously, he's not dead, Chad. Come
Yeah.
on.
He may not be dead. We don't know. That's the conspiracy.
Man, look, y'all remember what happened to Alex Jones with Sandy Hook, man?
Oh,
Y'all can't
yeah.
be don't.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't just throw conspiracy theories
Chad,
out there.
let me get where we're going here. Say we want Alex Jones.
You can totally throw
because
conspiracy
you can
theories
go
out there.
you can go out
You
anywhere
just
and
might
say
get
Alex
canceled.
Jones, and everyone's like, okay, yeah.
Right.
Whether it's good or bad,
Correct.
you go out there and tell everybody, oh, you hear about them freaking whiskey bros? What they're doing? They're
Yeah,
Listen, Alex Jones
okay.
has not been canceled.
He has
may
not
be
been.
owing a lot of people a lot of money.
Yeah, we
but
may
he's-
get sued, but what are they going to
No,
take?
But the people who know his batting average.
If you'd like to
Yep.
sue us, call the dock line.
Yeah.
Right,
And
555.
okay,
so you
555.
mentioned now who's got control of the internet on that? Was that you?
that'd be
Chance.
me.
Okay, Chance. So
Get the Google ready.
look up EPKE Zonderland.
Oh no.
No, I'm just telling you, he's an Olympic gold medalist gymnast.
EPKE.
Yeah, just start. There he is. There he is. Now, when you talk about a doppelganger, I want you to picture me.
You look nothing like that guy.
Just go to the.
No, he kind of do.
No,
Like-
go to
like
the Google image search.
Does
Put
he
a
have
stash
bald-
on that
a bald
dude,
picture?
shave his
No,
head.
oh yeah, y'all didn't know me before the.
Uh-uh.
Oh shit.
is that what you had? Is that what you was working with?
No, yeah. If you go to the, so I had a buddy from high school who sent me, and my kids freak out on this. They're like, "How does this guy?" Yeah, there you go.
My mouse is all over the place right
Oh,
now.
you're right. The goatee's fucking it all up.
Yeah,
right?
it is. Yeah.
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 I could see it though.
Oh, dude.
I could
No,
see it.
I'm saying everybody has their doppelganger, which is proof that we live in a
Yeah,
simulation.
pull
click
up
on click on
the
that
first-
picture. No. Click on that. No, the
No,
bottom
no.
right, the far bottom right picture. Yeah. Click on that. Now, don't you see that picture right there? Doesn't that look like Chad?
Oh, no,
he
I'm
could totally
not.
pull it
Where's
off.
this? Oh, God dang it. Chance.
Come on, the,
Jowl
the-
probably
That one right there.
intelligent.
Look at that picture.
No,
Doesn't
no, I
that look
am
like
not.
Chad?
No.
I was a Chad Miller.
I am Chad. Get in the chopper.
Give him the chopper. It's not a tumor.
But he's only 5'8", you know?
Oh, yeah, of course he is. He's a gymnast.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, his wife is.
Yeah, that's what I'm
taller
saying.
than
That's
him.
everybody has their doppelganger. If
Yeah.
more than not
Yeah,
more
it's
than
just
one.
weird that their names are the same and
Because
all that.
we live in a
jazz.
simulation, and the computer is only
true.
able to provide so many unique
many.
copies of each person.
Okay.
So
How did you find that one about the Challenger?
Bro,
How did
you
that-
don't even want to
You
get
went
down
down
that
the- okay,
rabbit
you went
hole,
down-
bro.
you
I
went
got
down
so
them
much
right-
stuff coming at me. It's not
The
even
vortex
funny.
went deep.
Oh,
on
See,
that.
but last week,
Yeah,
it's
y'all
like the
missed
stuff
it.
you threw up. Not last week.
I wasn't
2
here
weeks
last
ago.
week.
Yeah, the stuff you threw up, I was like,
I was wondering where you
okay,
were.
I could. Wow,
I was down.
I thought you were
if
full-time
That could
producing
be
last week.
true.
Nah.
Okay.
That could
What
be
was
true.
what was it? I don't even remember.
It was like the dream engineering.
Oh yeah, no, that was real. Did you see that?
Oh man.
They be saying that.
They be saying
They
that.
be saying that.
You got teenagers.
oh yeah,
bro.
they're gonna target your dreams.
Yeah, they're going to target your dreams to sell
for
you
advertisements.
advertisements.
through RFIDs.
when you go to sleep with your iPhone beside your face,
Well,
they're sending signals that's going to, like, you're going to wake up and go,
They got
shit, I need to go to the chief and
engineers.
get me a cigar.
Yeah. It's actually could be true.
well, how sophisticated is the brainwave interpretation technology, right? Because that's what it comes down to.
We will never know.
It's pretty damn sophisticated.
Yep.
That's amazing, man.
I'll put it that way. But yeah, like tonight's conspiracy theory, I'm like, there's no way.
Okay, do we vote on it? Is that how do we?
Oh, I like this.
I'm going to vote as those people died in a very bad explosion in the sky in 1984.
And how dare you for conspiracizing?
With what certainty? How much percentage are you giving to this?
I'm going to give 100% because it's not
100%.
going to affect me one way or the other.
Yeah, I don't know if you know this, Chad, but nothing that we put out is not 100% fact checked by Whiskey Bros. 100%.
No, I know, but even with that,
I'm going to say 100.
100% they're dead.
100.
All right, I'm going to say, name one time that they have showed you how they verified those people.
Correct.
No, there's no verifying. Did you see the explosion?
Did you see it?
Yeah.
Dude, I mean,
You can't. Those people don't actually
gone.
exist.
Oh, they
anymore.
evaporated?
Yes.
Yeah,
All
they
their
gone.
teeth and bones and everything?
Have you seen what happens when something? Oh, you probably
It's like,
haven't because you're
If
flat.
you
earther.
had to go, that would be the way to go.
Let me guess. You're going to say
Right.
or
Yeah,
is it in a
vaporized?
submarine?
Yeah, vaporized. Just
30,000 feet down.
vaporized.
Done.
You don't even know.
Yeah, they said I
The
guess
Titanic guys?
Yeah,
Yeah. You
That
don't
thing imploded in 6 milliseconds. It's
What are you talking about?
The Titanic explorers that they
See, that's another. That didn't even happen.
6 milliseconds.
now there you go.
It's 120 second. 120
now-
I'm telling you.
milliseconds for your
Milliseconds.
brain to respond.
Yes.
So literally, they're just done.
Talk about
And by the way-
conspiracy.
There
by
was
the way-
nobody in that
Hold on,
sub.
hold on.
bro.
We're all right.
But if you got to choose
talking over
between
each other.
but if you got to choose between Titanic implosion or beheading at the gallows,
Either way,
no, you take the Titanic implosion all the way.
Yeah,
'Cause
you're
on
probably
an
right.
adventure.
you're probably right.
Right?
True.
You're
Okay,
not
so
No. Did you did you see that
beheading,
submarine?
though,
Don't worry about it.
Like they
You
were
don't even
driving that
know.
thing with a freaking PlayStation controller.
They literally were.
And you
I
really
wouldn't.
can't-
You couldn't have paid me to go in the ocean.
Not even
No.
a PlayStation.
Like I don't even like the ocean. Period. I don't
know-
even like getting into it.
I would
when
have
I'm
lost
swimming.
my shit being in that thing 5 minutes because I'm extremely
Oh, yeah.
claustrophobic.
I'm with
I do
wouldn't have been able to-
not want to wash over this point, though.
Oh yeah.
All right, all right. Doc has
okay.
the floor. Holy shit.
Yeah.
What point?
Beheading at the gallows. It's like, do you think you maintain any consciousness?
You are a
after?
medical professional, correct?
That's
So-
been my worry. Is that
That's been proven.
that
okay,
one
so-
study that they did where he said within it's about a 3 to 7 second
The guy blinked back at
eyes.
him.
Yes,
Yeah.
he told him right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like,
But
you know,
still,
your
you
head
don't
is
feel
chopped
it?
off, and then you like see the fall, and then you see the roll.
You know,
How far are you seeing?
Yeah, I don't know, like the basket.
Blink.
You know that.
Blink. But you know how? Okay, so you know when you cut
Yeah.
the circulation off to the brain, you're out.
You're out.
So cut the head off. That's it. 2 to 4 seconds.
Unless you've pinched.
But still, that's 2 to 4 seconds. That's like the strangest 2 to 4 seconds.
Unless
of
you pinch your
life.
carotid
You're
arteries
just
to where
tumbling.
they're not.
Yeah.
And you're in a basket face down.
Wow.
It's terrible, bro.
And on that delicate note, we'll sign off.
In the basket.
Hey,
Basket
guys.
hit. All right, hold
Man,
on.
I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, we're not quite done yet.
Oh, sweet. Man,
I'm just being.
excited.
We don't ever
I'm just
stop
being
early.
a douche.
We go
Dozens
all
of
the way.
famous birds with monikers clouded by racism, misogyny to be renamed. I guess we're
Fuck's
kissing
sake.
the titmouse goodbye. That was
Damn.
what is it?
Have you had that queued up for at least 4 days? Because if you haven't, that was very good.
Isn't there like a yellow-breasted booby or something like that?
There is.
Yeah. The boobie's gone.
Yep. Well, birds are fucking robots anyway. Obviously,
Birds are not real. They're
From
just
Wisconsin.
robots named by the government.
Wyoming,
Yeah.
not a real state.
that was a conspiracy.
It's just
corner.
another government shiny object over here going, hey, look over here.
Look
Look
over
over here. Yeah. We're going to change the names of birds. They're racist.
Yeah.
Did you do the Wyoming? Is it real?
No.
Yeah,
What?
It's in the birds. It's the same thing.
Wyoming as
Wyoming.
a state?
It's not. It doesn't exist.
I've been to Wyoming.
Have you though?
What else? I mean, I have been in between Colorado and Montana. So what is that?
I mean, was that Wyoming?
What is it supposed to be?
No, it's just it's one of those ridiculous. It's the same thing as the birds aren't real thing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Is it the same
Flat
thing
earthers.
though as the Illuminati?
Cheyenne doesn't exist.
Have you heard this one? The Illuminati is their home base is in the Colorado airport, where they also
Been there
have
multiple times.
trapped, where they have also trapped the reptilian people.
The lizard people, of which Gavin Newsom is their high prince.
Yes, because if you really pay attention to the airport there, the fence
I know
is turned inward.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's some real. It's like that's
but
not
dude,
what we are. We are not conspiracy theorists.
No, I just like bringing it up to talk about.
Yeah,
it.
it's fun, but
All right.
it's like okay. At some point during COVID, I identified myself as a conspiracy theorist. Like I looked in the mirror and said, "You're a fucking conspiracy theorist."
Now
right?
are you an MD or are you a PA or?
I'm an MD. And
Love this guy.
I know, right? But it's like, what is that? Because I'm not that dude who looks at the Denver airport and says, "Oh, I think reptilians are in there."
Well, no, but but you as an MD during COVID, like legit, you studied the peer reviewed scientific research.
Oh yeah, it was.
So what the fuck happened,
dude? It was close. I won't lie. It was close. I thought I was getting a vaccine until a certain level of evidence said, "Okay, you're not getting the vaccine." And then
but I'm not
more
even talking
evidence,
But I'm not even talking about the vaccine. I'm talking about the masks. I'm talking about the social distancing.
The whole like lab,
all of it. Well, now that's a different deal. Like the origins.
Yeah, that's that's wild though. It's wild because
it's still a hot topic.
Yeah, but
there's still no
April. I'll say this because it was pivotal. April of 2020, Brett Weinstein went on to Joe Rogan.
Yeah, it's a good interview.
And he said this came from a lab.
Well, and which is not controversial, by the way.
Right.
When you have the Wuhan Institute of Virology, which is based in Wuhan, and by the way, the first breakout was where?
Wuhan.
Italy.
Yeah.
Italy. Well, China, that's true, obviously, in Wuhan, but the first one in the Western world was in Italy.
Yeah.
That part of Italy, do you know where they're coming from? From Wuhan.
Yep.
They were doing it was a leather.
But now we know this. But
I
it's
think
like
we knew that back then.
Month
'Cause
two
remember, Italy
of
was
the
the first one.
outbreak.
Yeah, we knew it when certain person said China.
Yeah.
Come from China.
Oh, and then now he's
but did
racist.
we?
Right.
Like month
Now we're
2 of the
canceled.
outbreak, I'm listening to Joe Rogan. I hear this guy on there, and he's like, "Yeah, this is like a totally man-made thing," and I'm like,
legitimately.
"Wow, this is interesting."
And I think that was before Rogan got his all shit up, wasn't it? Before Rogan got
Before Rogan got his
He
all
had his shit up at
Yeah.
the time.
He didn't have it up.
He got his shit up.
He
Got his
his
all
all
shit up.
But
That's another podcast. This episode's all shit up.
all shit up.
but
That's before he started taking horse medicine.
I don't know.
Oh,
like
right. Yeah.
I felt like it was luck that I even listened to that episode,
Okay.
and then I was like, "Oh, I wonder what this guy's saying," and so I just followed Brett Weinstein throughout the whole.
Not a
COVID.
conservative, not a Republican.
No, really,
Right?
and
I mean, legitimately.
atheist, evolutionary, biologist, like
Left.
somebody who is not
Yes,
doesn't align with my typical.
correct. Way
Right.
outside of Wise County values, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But yet, fully aligned in the sense that he saw something, he knew it was bullshit,
Right.
and he studied it academically and thought, well, I'm going to say the truth right here.
Yes.
Goes back to the point.
Yep.
Speak the truth no matter what, right?
Yep.
I mean,
Thank you for
that's
doing
my
that, by the
motto.
way, for real.
Yeah.
Like for real. Thank you for doing that.
I mean,
We needed way more of you.
oh man,
And we still need way more of him.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
The types like him are still being suppressed.
Well, and I say, man, that's hard. Yeah. So I consider my position lucky,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I just happen to see the right
Even
things
for-
at the right time to say.
Even
I
for-
don't know.
So where are you now? Is it okay?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, where are you now?
Honestly, where am I?
Yeah.
No, I think he means where your business is.
Yeah. Thank you. Your
Oh.
income is derived from. If you don't,
Yeah, membership, family medicine. So I'm
Enzo
my
Direct
new
Care.
doctor.
yeah,
the doc.
Enzo Direct Care. So my interest ally with my patient's interest. They pay me, not the insurance company, not the pharmaceutical industry.
Oh,
Yeah.
Shh, don't go down that hole.
well,
Yeah,
that's
that's a
hole,
deep
isn't it?
hole.
That is the hole. Yeah.
I had another pour who wants to finish the pack 2 from Blood Oath.
Heath.
Well, I did kind of start the whole party, didn't I?
Yeah.
You can.
No.
You
Oh,
Heath's
yeah.
empty. No,
Yeah.
Heath's
Finish
empty.
it.
It was the obligatory
You are
finisher.
our guest.
No, but Heath's empty, so I'm still good.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. So basically, I'm family medicine, but I'm membership family medicine. So I do not bill the insurance company.
We're connect. Yeah, we're gonna connect, but for real.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I try. It's like the same thing. We all talk about buy local, right? We buy local, well,
Right.
I mean, buy local. I want to go to people who align with my values first, right?
Yes. In a medical provider,
Oh, dude.
it's like more than anything, right?
I
And
appreciate you,
I'm
man.
not just being biased.
No, dude,
if you were a leftist like vegan,
Yeah.
I would say go to your, you need to go with somebody that you can align with.
Shit, wasn't it?
It was good shit.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's talk about something and wrap this shit up with something we
Okay.
can all align with.
Yeah.
I think we've done good so far, though.
Man,
Oh,
this
yeah,
is
we've
a
done
great
Other than where we go
episode.
when we die, other than that, yeah.
We're all going to the same place, whiskey and cigars. I will see. I mean, what if you're wrong?
I mean, maybe.
Then I'm eating dust. It's all good,
Yeah, we won't know
Yeah.
until
All
that
right.
fateful day.
So let's get behind something we can all agree on.
Oh.
And God, dude, every year I get more and more angry about daylight savings time
Every year.
ending. Every freaking year.
Well, now wait. Can we
Good
all
point,
agree?
bro.
Can we all agree? Because here's what I say: daylight savings time is the best. Because daylight savings time is whenever we get to push forward, we get the longer evenings.
That's what I want.
Yeah,
Correct.
it should stay
Correct.
there.
Nope. Standard time, which is what we're in right now,
Sucks.
is
Stupid.
fucking
It's
bullshit.
It gets
Nobody
dark at
wants-
4:30.
Yeah.
Thank you. And by the way, if we're going to do it, why don't we do it the other way so that in the wintertime, we get later evenings and where the winter
Right.
solstice is days are shorter.
Uh-huh.
Nobody is up doing family activities
Thank
at
you.
5 or 6 in the goddamn
No.
morning.
Thank you.
So how about, let's just keep the daylight shifted toward
Dude,
the evening.
It's like grandmother's deviled eggs, right?
But the only thing I want to say, man, is that daylight saving is not the bad guy. Daylight saving is the good
No,
guy.
I'm
Yeah.
completely on board.
Yeah, we
it's
want
the
it
end of daylight
To
savings.
get dark
that
at 9
we
o'clock.
want it.
I'm sick. Leave
Yes.
it. Leave it.
Yes.
Bring it, man.
All right.
leave
So real quick before we get too deep into that, because it'll come out. Do
They
you
will
know
come out.
it will come out? Yeah. Do you know the
Only
reasons
come out at
behind why we do this crap?
What's all farming?
No,
Nope.
that's the conspiracy. corner.
Oh shit!
That's
Have
the
I bought into it?
You
That's what
have,
everybody's
bro.
bought into.
Everybody's hooked, bro.
This stuff has existed since
Yeah.
19
Listen to this.
Cue the conspiracy theory.
1912.
man.
It was an adopted policy because of World War One. This is a wartime policy.
Which is back when farming and we were in agrarian.
This
Yeah, I
was-
think it had a little bit,
It
but
still didn't have anything to
Yeah.
do. It was,
I don't get it.
It was an energy conserving policy.
the Rockefellers.
Yep.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Conspiracy
That carries
crossroads.
over until 2023.
Yeah.
That was my world, man. No
But-
shit.
But what I don't understand is I could have swore that this went through like all the House and all that shit, and we got it voted.
No, they did.
It
but
went
it's-
somewhere, but
Rubio, remember Rubio brought it up. He's like,
Yeah.
daylight savings year round, and everybody's like,
Yeah.
No, but I thought even Hot Wheels said he was going to do it.
yeah, but it didn't.
it was
You
bipartisan.
might not. Do you know? Do
If
you
we
get
can't-
that? Do you know who Hot Wheels are? We're
No,
talking about?
Hot Wheels.
That's our nickname to our great governor, Hot Wheels.
Look,
But this is bad.
And canceled.
but here's the thing: I wrote in Ron Paul for governor. I wrote in Ron
man.
Paul for governor in the
My
last
man.
election.
Yeah. How'd
just
that
how
work
I
out
roll.
for you?
I mean, I voted
Hey,
for,
it was like me and like 17
I can
other
appreciate
dudes.
that. I can totally appreciate.
voted
You know
it.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
and by the way, you're running for office and think like people's like you're a Republican. I'm like,
You
well,
got
Yeah.
principles.
that's it, brother.
Yeah.
You get it, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's why it's hard to connect with everybody on that. But it's like,
Yeah.
look,
Yeah, that's true.
that's what I believe. But yes,
for sure.
That's hard.
the problem is if we can't find
Wheels.
Hot
like
Wheels.
an agreement on policy of something simple like this in DC, we're fucked. Which we are. We're
Right.
fucked.
I mean, are we fucked?
Yes.
Yes, we are.
I don't know.
No, we are.
I mean, we
More
might
and
be
more
fucked.
every
Have
year.
you bought groceries?
Yeah.
You
that's
know?
what
Yo, yeah, we're totally fucked with the grocery.
More and
thing.
more
Yeah.
every year. I mean,
Yeah.
you take your family
But-
to anywhere.
Yeah.
You're
in
going to
an
spend
act of
you're going to spend
dissension,
$100.
This is
no matter
also
what.
another good reason for social media because
But bad times have led to good times.
Well, by the
You know,
and thank you for like legitimately like
Yeah.
like yes, okay, fine, financial, whatever. But at the end of the day,
we got some bad shit. There's no doubt, right?
but Is God still on the throne?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
like-
look, I mean,
It's like
I don't know. You better get to work if
Yeah, I
you
was gonna say he needs a
truth really
Don't worry
does
about it.
win.
he's got you, brother.
Truth really
Change it
does
good.
win in the end.
Absolutely.
Right?
And that's the point, is that how much control do we have over gas, grocery, mortgage,
Right.
interest rates, all that stuff? How much control do we have over that?
if you want to grow your own
if
garden.
we would
and
all stand
write a-
up, we'd have a lot.
Well,
Yeah.
and that's the point, is that if we would all. Okay,
Yeah.
so who can you control?
Me.
You can't control
Yourself.
Doc.
everybody.
Me.
But
That's
the problem is
Well,
more.
a little bit I can control Doc because I know his wife.
We are a
Valid.
pathetic civilization. More and more people are going to vote themselves into comfort.
Correct.
For sure.
And that's why we are where we
Yeah.
are. So
Obama phones.
it's got to be.
Oh,
That's,
man.
that's why that was a start.
good.
That was a start. But
I mean-
because of COVID, everybody wants to be taken care of and be comfortable, and they're going to
Yeah.
vote that way
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
until
Yeah.
they can't be because everybody else's dime has run out.
You say this. Okay. So
So
This
yes,
is-
we are going through a bad period, but how long is this bad period?
I don't I
pretty
don't
goddamn
know
long.
that we are though. Okay.
Yeah,
So
But look at us. Here we are, sitting here
Yes.
drinking the
Yes.
finest bourbon.
I don't know about the
Mac,
finest yet, but yeah.
we got a Mac Daddy drum set. We're in this comfortable
we can
studio.
go down the road, smoke a fine cigar,
You know what I'm saying?
right?
Did we really have it that bad?
Yeah. So
No,
so
no,
there
no.
was something called during COVID that myself and my coach at OIL Fitness we called the bubble effect. Okay, so the bubble effect was
100%,
yeah, we were going through COVID and we're talking and we're like, yeah, it seems like a lab thing. Like, we're talking, it's like we shouldn't get the vaccine. And we thought we were in a bubble. We thought we had figured it out and that the rest of the country was just crazy. It's like, oh yeah, we're in our little, we called it the North Texas bubble.
yeah.
It's like we're in a little bubble. Like people know what's going on around here. That's crazy because, several states away, they have no clue. Well, it turns out that in reality, everybody just thought they were in a bubble,
Their own bubble.
their own bubble.
Correct.
Right.
But we're in the right bubble. That's the point. We're our bubble.
Yeah.
Right.
So
sure.
I think that's kind of also very similar to kind of, it's like we find our times are hard, but I think that's just an oppression that has been placed upon us.
100%.
Yeah.
And maybe, like things are not so bad. And Jordan Peterson says the same thing. It's like, this is the most prosperous time in history.
Ever.
Yeah, and it's not
Right?
that it's a bad time. Like it's not
But we know that
it's
it
not
could be
Korea.
coming.
It's
I know
not,
the
it's
price
not,
of bread just fucking sucks.
it does.
But it
Who's
could be
the-
coming
it's
is the
not-
point.
it's
Who's it
not-
prosperous for?
It's not Japanese what they did to Korea bad.
Yeah, but I'm going to go
It's,
home.
it's just stupid.
Yeah, I'm going to go home, pull up my smartphone, turn the temperature
Right.
down to 67 degrees.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
Crawl in my bed
But-
with my weighted blanket.
But Doc, here's the point though: is that
Yeah.
whether it was so let's take the Bolshevik Revolution, right? Let's take Russia.
Yeah.
So Marx dies. He writes the Communist Manifesto 70 years before the Bolshevik Revolution.
That's
Yeah.
Chance's
He dies.
favorite book too.
He
by the way.
dies. He dies 35
Great book,
years.
actually.
So he died 35 years before the Bolshevik Revolution.
Yeah.
And it took that long for that to happen. Like people think that when Hitler took over, it's not like he came in and became chancellor and that was it. No. It was a slow
He popularized a movement.
And what it was people. So if you go to my Facebook page to this day, right, got a guy called Magnus. I can't remember his last name right now, but you see him. He's standing there like this, and everyone else in the picture is doing this. Magnus is standing there like this. And what he's doing is he's like, I'm not buying into this. And this is early on. So what it took is that multiple people thought, well, what is this? If I just do this, then, they're not going to come for me. It's
Right.
just
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
It's just
Virtue signaling.
it's just right.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's exactly it. That's the modern day. It's just whatever.
Yeah.
It's signing on to the HR policy to say,
Right.
oh, it's just this. It's just this.
Right.
It's just raising a hand. It's like, bro, when you've got multiple people who sacrifice their integrity for just to go along to get along, that's how you lead to the point to where it's not just the bad times where we see this bullshit and we're still able to control our temperature.
Right.
It's to the point where we're in the gulag now. And I think the point is that we see that that is potential. That is a potential future for us.
I think it's an important point.
So how do we prevent it? We speak the truth, man, and we live the truth, and we act it out in our lives, and that's all we can do. That's all we can do.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I can't top that.
I can't either. I think that's a great way to end this one.
Well, not quite, because we have to do.
What do we got to do?
So our really close, good buddy of ours, Matt Barrington, owner of Locality,
Yes.
gifted us with these fine things, and we decided to gift one to our guests. So,
am I a member?
You're a member.
Almost. So we would like to present you with your very own Jefferson Bourbon Glass.
Oh, man. Does this mean I have to stock it now?
No, because
we are in no way affiliated with
and I'm not
Jefferson
going to lie, I'm not
Nope.
a huge fan of Jefferson's, but
Yeah.
That's a pitch, dude.
just got some free glasses, bro. That's it.
Oh, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you being here. It's been
Heck yeah.
The energy's been great. This has been a
it's
lot
been
of
a great
fun.
one.
This is probably the most fun I've had on one in a long ass time.
So that means you got to come back.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
here's the thing. So y'all know, like this world, like we were talking earlier about editing and all that. So look, as often as y'all want to have me,
For sure.
hanging out with someone else.
Yeah.
And look, I won't wear the Chief. I'll wear,
We're the chief.
We're the chief, man. That's your,
fucking A, I'm wearing the Chief.
that's your brand.
Bring us some Chief wear. We'll wear the Chief.
We're just trying to pantomime the Joe Rogan experience has been great. Just an open forum, open
That's it,
dialogue,
man.
no
Yeah.
judgment. It's
That's
just men talking freely
Correct.
Yep.
amongst free men.
I brought y'all some cigars, but like the swag, like
We'll
I
go
literally-
afterwards.
No, I got this Saturday night.
Yeah.
This is my own, and I own this fucking place. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's a great feeling.
It's a great feeling, isn't it?
so the swag is coming.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hook you guys up. I truly.
I want an eye patch. Just saying.
You want to put out your eye?
Do you want it like one way where you can
patch.
see through?
Nah.
You're gonna fuck things up.
I want true eye patch.
Your depth perception's just going to shit.
Well, I
bro.
already got the bad eye anyway, so
Yeah,
that's true.
Might as well put
I'm
it
pretty
on
sure
there.
I got the baddest eye of all of us here. I've convinced people that I'm blind in this eye before,
Yeah,
which I'm
that's
not.
true.
But
Are we competing over bad
Yes, we are.
singular ocular
Yeah, so,
vision?
we're
look, I got good
officially-
hair, bad eyes.
We're officially old, we're comparing.
Yeah.
Back when I got a bad eye
my
over here,
back
my knee
hurts.
hurts. And,
No,
yeah.
I gotta say, guys, for real, like this is legit.
Yeah.
This has been great.
Well, thanks for
Dude,
being here, man.
it's been
Yeah,
great
this has
having you.
Great, man.
sure.
Yeah.
Thank y'all very much.
Been a great night.
Yeah, it's been awesome.
So go
bless
check
you.
out the Chief.
Chief, yeah.
287.
You'll see us.
Yeah.
Southbound 287,
Yeah.
correct?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Southbound
Plug
287.
yourself.
Okay, so if you're coming,
Especially because you don't have a sign yet, so you
I
got
don't have a sign yet. Yeah. So if you know how to get to the Hamptons, so the locals mostly know, right?
Oh yeah,
The
yeah.
locals
Everybody knows where
mostly
the
know, right?
old AT&T
Old
store.
AT&T.
Yeah.
So if you're coming from Rome, Fort Worth, you're coming from the south.
Yep.
Don't take the Chico turnaround and try to U-turn right there.
God,
No.
you're gonna
Do
get killed.
not
You'll get killed.
And by the way, Google Maps,
Take you down there.
dude, every time.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
Google really for us? No, they want us to
no.
die.
Yeah.
They
No,
don't.
take the QT exit.
Take
No.
Take
the loop-de-loops.
Take the loop-de-loops at 380.
380.
So 380, and guess
Okay.
what? Guess how many stops you have? 0
Yeah.
stops.
Now
It's looped around, loop back around, and then you take that first exit.
go back
And
towards
guess-
forward.
Boom, boom.
And guess where you are?
Right there.
You're the Chief,
Yeah.
my man. So now,
Okay.
if you're coming from in town, if you're literally in town, so take business 380, which is Lowe's, Orscheln's,
Yeah,
Baumgars.
Baumgars now.
Go right past that. Don't go to the first neighborhood. Go to the next neighborhood because there's kids there.
Workman
Yeah.
Street. Go to Workman
Go to
Street.
work.
Drive
go to,
slow.
Go to Workman. Head
Drive
north.
slow.
Right.
Yeah.
Which for the ladies means turn right.
Turn right at Workman.
Yeah,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
then you'll dead end
Cancel.
right at there.
But yeah,
You'll hit Main Street, hang a right. Where does that dump you out? By yesterday's.
old yesterday's building. Yeah.
Hang a right there, and then
Yeah.
you're at the Chief.
I mean, I'm going Chico cutoff. I got a gas pedal. I'm going to use the damn
Bro,
thing.
do it, dude. Just grind that shit out.
No,
With your donuts. Yeah.
We have a better way to go for us. I don't know
Yeah.
if we could put that out there though.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so look,
Yeah.
Are you gonna
now-
get? Are you gonna? Try
I'm going to do it. So
Okay,
so
okay.
look, if you happen to be in town and you're at the McDonald's, and you happen to be
It
in
happens.
McDonald's.
And you happen to be
It
in a
happens.
truck.
It's just weird. It's weird how
Yeah,
that
yeah.
works.
Sometimes you need some McNuggets.
And you happen to be in a truck.
And you have to be in a truck or
Pickup.
or even a front wheel drive small SUV.
That's not 4 inches off the ground.
no, look, I've got a Nissan Rogue. My wife has one. So if you happen to be in one, now
What you're saying is it needs to be able to hop.
You know
a
what?
curb.
Let's just say, screw it. Do it this way.
So if you happen to be
Yeah.
in the McDonald's trucker parking, that you'll see a little gravel dump out right behind the Chief.
Yeah.
And look, I don't condone this because.
But it could lead you to the Chief, is what you're saying. It could,
But there's a clear water / driveway that you could go up, and there's a parking lot you
Just
end up
right
in
there, yeah.
that just happens to go into the best cigar
This is
lounge
brilliant.
Yeah.
in Texas.
Yeah.
Come on in, man.
Brilliant. So
Website?
Closed
You got
on
any of that?
Sundays.
Facebook,
www. Closed on Sundays. Thank you very much for pointing that out. Yeah, closed on Sundays. So weekdays 11 to 10.
okay.
Weekends, Friday and Saturday night, we're 11 to 1. Staying late for the after party.
Yeah.
And then Sundays, go home with your families, spend time with your kids, spend time with your wife, go to church, right?
Yeah.
And refill, because Monday I'm going to see you at the Chief
That's
at
right.
11 o'clock.
And you're about to get some new cigars. You're
Yes,
about
sir.
to get a patio at some point.
Patio's coming.
We're working on maybe even a poker night.
That look and a club of drinking. Who knows?
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. It's going to be awesome.
I like it.
Chad Miller, ladies and gentlemen.
right.
It's been a freaking great night,
Yeah.
man. It really has.
could've
Yeah, thanks
we
for
could've
coming
gone
out.
for a while.
Oh, we can keep going.
Oh, yeah.
There'll be more.
Yeah,
God
we'll
bless
do
you.
more. We'll do more.
There'll be more.
Thank y'all very much. God bless
Yeah.
each of you for real.
Heck yeah, man.
Nothing.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
All right, that's it from us. We'll see you on the next one.
Adios.
Good night.
You've been listening to the Whiskey Bros Around the Table.